This is Malcolm McDowell. You're watching Godlike Statues. So, from me to you, stay godlike.
Hi, I'm David Finch. Welcome to Godlike Statues. Stay godlike.
Happy Friday, everyone. It's great to see everybody coming in and on the panel. It has been a very challenging work week, so I'm glad it's over. Well, for me, it's almost over. I still have tomorrow, but it's great to see everybody here. How's everybody doing this evening? We got special guests coming in too this evening, actually. Alan, how you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, good evening. Everything's doing great. Glad to see Carl with us tonight.
Yep.
Welcome. I'm glad you were able to join us. And yeah, I guess like everybody else, it's good that it's a Friday. Been a long week, so now I can just kind of hang out, have some fun, and have a couple laughs.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here and see everybody. Our special guest this evening, Carl from LBS. What? Carl, how you doing, man? Great to see you.
Doing good. I ain't saying shit regarding LBS.
Yeah. Hey, we're just hanging out. We're just hanging out today.
That's why there's like a disclaimer right here.
I see it. Yeah, we're just hanging out today. So thanks for being here, man. I appreciate you coming on. Mm-hmm. Freddie, good to see you, man. Missed you last week. How you doing?
I'm good. Happy to be here, man. Good to see Carl. Always cross paths with him in the chats around, so I'm glad to see him here. Glad to see everybody out in the community. I felt like I've been unplugged the last couple weeks, due to work and slight vacation, man. But good to be back, get caught up, talk everything, pop culture and whatnot.
Yeah, Freddie, check your mic too, man. It's not working too well. Just so you know.
I thought that was just me. Oh shit.
Hey, Brian, it's good to see you, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I wish I could complain about work this week, but I've been off since Wednesday, so I'm just getting stuff done around the house and building Legos.
Yeah.
But man, it's been great. But happy to be here. Always love talking statues, and it's nice to meet you, Carl. I think this is the first time I've spoken with you. So I'll keep as many legendary beast questions to myself, especially regarding the Joker. Wink, wink. Because I know you can't answer anything. I know. I'll keep it to myself. We're just gonna hang out and chat. Good to see everybody though.
Definitely, man. Glad you're here. My man Marcos from day one. You've always been here at Godlike, man. Good to see you. How you doing?
Speaking about work weeks, I had a good one. So, we're busy, so it was tiring. But, with us, if we're busy, that means we're making money. So I'm all happy, all glad about that and everything went well. So glad to be here. Almost didn't make it, but case got pushed up, so I got on in here on time. So that's always good, man. So glad I can make it.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. And straight out of Noah's Ark, literally, Noah, how you doing, man? The Bearded Collector's here.
Doing great, man. Yeah, I had a good week, but always happy it's Friday anyway. And yeah, man, Carl, good to see you again, man. It's gonna be a good show.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be great. I did want to start off with this real quick before we get started. Shout out to our sponsor right now, and that is the Todd Father over at Spec Fiction. As we are over 1,000 subscribers, we're heading towards 2,000 now, and our giveaway will be the Iron Studios Wonder Woman versus Darkseid, courtesy of Spec Fiction. Make sure you use the coupon code Godlike to save $10 on your next purchase. God knows I'm going to need it because I'm going to make some major purchases here shortly. So I'll need the $10. Yeah, I'll definitely need that. Looking forward to talking about what's hot in the community this week. I mean, there's so many things happening right now, but I did want to start off with a question for the panel. Let me bring this up here real quick. And we'll start with our guest today, Carl. So, Carl, I see you got a ton of XM stuff behind you. I'm going to take a stab at it. You like X-Men?
Yes.
You like X-Men
well, not really.
Not really. Okay.
All right.
All right. So the question for the panel is, what got you into collecting?
Well, I've always been an X-Men fan since when I was little. Then 2015, I actually bought my first comic book, which is basically all X-Men. Then it escalated from there, and
Okay.
here I am, actually collecting statues, and it goes. It went downhill basically
Yeah.
financially with regards to cash.
So I mean, you start going into, you start, reading comics. You start
Yes.
looking at pieces. You start looking at different things, and
Yeah, I initially started with 1/6 scale Kotobukiya,
okay.
then progressed from 1/4, then now starting to do 1/3 as well.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So, do you have a lot of real estate? Get everything set up?
God, no. I rotate this every other couple of months.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Well, look.
But right now I'm just too lazy to like box it up and like, yeah, it's what it is at this point.
Yeah, hey, it is what it is, right? We're just trying to get everything together and
Yes.
making sure that, for one, you have room. I think there's a lot of times where I'll buy something and I'm like, I'll worry about it later. I know I have to have this
Now
piece.
I'm also a box collector. Like I have a room full of like unopened statues downstairs.
Oh man, I know how that is. Yeah. That definitely happens to all of us. But eventually, what I did was I went and got a storage unit, and I did a video about that recently. There's to let all our members know, there'll be another video. I think Sunday morning or Monday it comes out, and we'll talk about that here again shortly. Atticus, good to see you, man.
Hey, Carl, is it all X-Men that you collect, or do you collect any other things?
Licensed, sure, all X-Men.
Okay,
Unlicensed is all over the place.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right, that's awesome, man. I think that happens to a lot of us. Once we go down that rabbit hole, it's really tough to get out of. Sometimes
Right.
it's especially when you see some of these pieces coming up. I'm a big guy that I believe in photoshopping, so I'll come through and I'll Photoshop how it should look, and that's how I build my whole movie wall. I just photoshopped it. I said, you know what, I love that, and that's what I did. So, 20 grand later, we're good to go. We'll have it all set up, and ready to go. Noah, what got you started collecting?
Yeah, so man, when I was a kid, I always collected Legos and action figures and stuff like that. But as I got older and started working a lot and getting established, getting my own house, kind of things like that, I took a huge break from all that for a really long time. And then I was playing Doom 2016, and in that game, I didn't really know it was the thing, but you collect little figurines of Doom Guy and other characters, and it just kind of hit me. I was like, that's kind of weird. I didn't really expect that. And so I wonder if there's any Doom merchandise. And so I looked it up and I started just buying a few random things off like the Bethesda game store. And then shortly after that, I got into Berserk and then started looking up if there were any Berserk statues, figurines. And then that's when I found the OG Berserker armor. And that was the first piece I bought and pretty much went from there. I mean, I've collected all sorts of stuff from 7 scale anime figures to Hot Toys to, 3rd scale, everything. So, but now pretty much established with 1/4 scale and 3rd scale. So, yeah, that's pretty much what started going down the rabbit hole, was just kind of remembering and like rediscovering that there was merchandise and figures and statues and things. And just kind of, went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, it's almost to the point of no return sometimes. I think I was at a point where I could have gotten out, and I would have broke out like way ahead of where I was going to, and then I just nah, I'm not doing that.
Oh, me too. Yeah, multiple times. Yeah. But it's hard to get away.
Yeah, I totally understand. Marcos, what got you into collecting?
So kind of like Noah, man. Like when I was little, like I had so many like Batman toys, like little like cheap Batmans. I had so many. Like there's a whole chest of just Batman toys, basically. So it's kind of inevitable. And then once I started like making money, because I was in college, I was eating ramen noodles, basically. Dry noodles, basically. That's all I was eating. So there's that. And then once I started making money, I started watching YouTube videos, and I think it was Batman Statue Collector or Jim Mint, or maybe it was another guy too named Shell the Collector. He does like mainly One Piece and anime stuff. So those 3 guys, I just started watching those videos, and then I saw that Akainu Jim A piece, and I'm like, I gotta have it. Like 100% gotta have it. But it was sold out, so I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And then I somehow found Sideshow. I saw there was a Deadpool piece. I'm looking at it right now, and it's the Moped premium format. Yep. And then I was like, I'm just gonna get this. That's it. I love Deadpool. And then after that, now I got like 28. I just did a count. I got 28 statues now. So That was a lie to myself. So
Wow.
yeah, 28 and 2.5 years, I think. So
That's
not
a lot.
smart on the wallet. Not smart on the wallet. So
You jumped
but
right
yeah,
in, man.
we're here.
Wow.
It's. I wish that Deadpool piece is like it's still a good piece. It's not my favorite or anything, but I wish it was a bad piece. I'm like, oh, I'm done with this, But no, it was a good piece, and I was like, I'm gonna keep going, and I'm here where I am. So, but I'm glad I'm here. So I like it, but
Yeah.
it is a lot of money, like Carl said. It just goes downhill for your wallet. So
Yep. It does really fast too.
yes, very fast.
So Brian, what got you into collecting, man? What got it all started for you?
Well, it's kind of funny, there's a common theme here where it's like 6 scale, or actually action figures, 6 scale, quarter, and then you get up to the 1/3. I'm just waiting for when we all start collecting like actual movie props and we're dumping thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and shit like that. No, I mean, it kind of started with me. I mean, I'm a kid of the 80s, so it was Star Wars toys, the original ones, which I still have. It was Masters of the Universe, the Thundercats, all that stuff. And even when 89 Batman came out, they made a whole bunch of figures there too. And I mean, I still have all this stuff in boxes at my brother's house. But right around when I was a teenager, I was working at Toys R Us, and that's when McFarlane started doing all the Spawn toys, and then which then evolved into Movie Maniacs, and then he started doing his collaborations with Clive Barker and doing all that stuff. Then he started making, the 12-inch scale, and then they started making 18-inch scale Movie Maniacs, where it was like, wow, I could have a quarter scale Edward Scissorhands or a Freddy Krueger or a Michael Myers and things like that. So there was a store in town here called Toy Anxiety that I go to, and started, noticing they started having all these statues on their shelves. This is probably, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago or something. And that's when I learned about Sideshow.
Okay.
And that's when I realized, wow, I've been doing all this other stuff, and I had some of these 6 scale Hot Toys also, but seeing those quarter scale statues of like, Captain Marvel and the Court of the Deadline that they were doing, I was like, man, I love this, and this is like a really more intricate, high quality version of what those Todd McFarlane 18-inch quarter scale statues were. So I started grabbing at those, and then it was only up from there, then there's 1/3 scale. And then the next thing I know, I've got a storage unit and I've got about 50 statues and I have 0 room for them. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, I see how it started for you. And, I think Carl's in the same boat with them statue boxes. It's like,
Box collectors.
Yeah. I went straight to a unit after I saw the boxes piling up. I'm like, well, I can't have this here, man. So I had to figure it out. But
I went to my unit today, man. I had to drop off some more stuff today, and I even have some statues that are still in box there that I just don't have room for. That either I haven't unboxed or I did unbox at one time, and I had to move them out to move room or make room for something new. So yeah, my statue, my storage unit is just ridiculous. I even took a picture in a short video because I know you had your video, Jimmy. So I was just going to share that with the group. But
okay,
it's bad.
Yeah, I did the box video this week, and they talked a little bit about like should you keep or should you not. Make sure you watch that. But it's my storage unit is not that big, and I realize now I gotta expand, because there's just not enough room anymore. And more stuff's coming. I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna start moving. So, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to that, but it's gonna happen. Freddie, man, what got you into collecting?
Can y'all hear me okay? Because I had to adjust. All right, perfect.
Better.
Yeah,
all right, so before I got big boy money, I had to rely on the family and the parents to, buy all of my stuff. Everything, is from, cartoons growing up, 80s, 90s, comics that I collect when I was younger, having Batman toys, Playmates, Ninja Turtles, Voltron, just like I said, anything pertaining to like, that I watched growing up.
Yeah.
And there was a comic store in Brooklyn where I grew up called Bulletproof Comics. As I was when I started going to school on my own, taking the bus to school, I used to stop there all the time and just hang out with my friends and just read comics there. and like buy stuff from there. So that's how it all started. I'm trying to make the story short. So that's how it started with all of that. But then now coming up, you get the big boy money, high school, college,
Yep.
that's when you really start looking at things that you didn't get when you were younger.
Right.
And things that you basically say, family couldn't afford or buy for you. And so now it's like, oh man, and also shout out to my younger brother who has damaged a lot of my toys growing up. That was also fuel because I had a lot of toys and he would like just take them and bring them to school and break them and stuff like that. And I'm just like, man, how can I get some of these things back that I like and love? So just trying to, just every IP I get, man, just start collecting stuff. But it wasn't until, as far as statue wise, when I went to Comic Con in New York, 2018, I believe, or 2019, for the first time I seen statues like up close. Like, I mean, like 1/3 statues, like big statues, like 1/4.
Right.
And that kind of opened up my mind because usually when I go to I went to Comic Con before 2018, 19, a few times. But I would always just do like the like the shows and the breakout rooms and the panels and stuff like that. That was my thing. I was just like, no, I want to see stars and see stuff about movies and shows. So it was just like 2018, 19. I was like, oh, let me start really like walking the floors, kind of really like collect like that,
Sure.
But then when I started walking the floors, there was Queen Studios, and again, I didn't know like who was who. I just seen statues, Prime One, Queen Studios, all of them. And I was like, wow, I was like, what is this? And then my eyes started opening up and I'm like, I must have like these things. And my first statue that I seen at 2019 Comic Con that I wanted was a prototype then. I always tell this story. That Joker behind me, right there behind me, Queen Studios.
Yeah.
That was the first, and I didn't know about like stuff like that's called prototype. I didn't know any of that stuff was like prototype, production. I didn't know any of that stuff. So what you see now wasn't what it looked like then. But I was like, oh wow, I was like, is that Heath Ledger Joker? I was like, they do that? I was like, that is so cool. And then from then I was like, I started researching online. That's when I started figuring out like Prime One and this and that. And then I started hitting the groups, and then I PO'd that statue. Then I waited and I got it. So that Joker bat behind me was like my first one I ever got. And in terms of statue wise, that was it for me since I started just going in on that. So yeah.
Okay. Well, man, what a journey! Like, it sounds like when you started, when you get one piece, you just want a companion with it, man. You just want something more. For me, anyways, that's how it went down. I'm kind of excited, but we'll keep this here. I got your message, Carl. We'll talk about that here in a second. So, but
he said it's fine to talk about it.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, so we'll talk about that here in a minute. We have an LBS announcement here shortly. We'll make that in just a minute. We're going to go over all that in just a second. But Alan, what got you into collecting? I want to know.
That was kind of a strange situation. I used to collect comics, so I had boxes and boxes of comic books. And I'm like, okay, kind of over this. I need to unload all these comic books. I have nowhere to put them. And kind of lost interest in them. So I loaded them all up into the truck, took them over to a local comic book store, said, hey, I need to unload these things. What do you guys give me for them? And of course, they really weren't going to give me a lot of money for them. And I kind of figured that going in. I had nothing really special. And I'm walking around the store and I spy this Superman premium format, the OG from Sideshow. And I'm like, wow, this is really cool. And I think it was priced, under $400. So I'm like, this is really neat. I might buy this. I had never seen anything like that before. So I ended up making a deal with them. I'll take the statue. You guys can take my comic books and, have a nice day. I got home and I started looking at it and I seeing Sideshow collectibles. I'm like, oh, what is this sideshow stuff? Oh, cool.
Sorry.
So I went online and started investigating sideshow collectibles, and the next thing I see is a whole world opened up in front of me. Like, wow, what is all this stuff? And then I spied, what was the next one that caught my eye? It was Conan, Fury of the Beast, back in the day. And of course, it was all sold out. And I'm like, wow, where can I find this? So I went on eBay and I found one and I bought it. And the journey just started, going down that way. And I started buying more and more. And pretty soon I had about 8 or 9 or 10 or a dozen boxes all over my house. I'm like, okay, this is fun. But what am I going to do with them? And at that point, I had no exposure to any of the YouTube videos or anyone on YouTube or what other collectors were doing. I had no exposure to other collectors whatsoever. So I'm like, okay, I need to come up with a way to display these things, something, that I'm going to enjoy. And that's how I got started. Well, that first cabinet behind me was originally designed for those pieces. And then, when I started thinking, okay, this is going to be fun. I can collect a lot of pieces. They're $300, $400, $500 a piece.
Yeah.
And the next thing, as the years go by, the next piece I got was the XM Studio Magneto on Throne. And there was no way for me in the U.S. to PO that piece. So the only way I could get it was through one of those, at the time, they were kind of sleazy distributor guys out of on the other side of the planet. And they were all on eBay. So they were really expensive. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I forget what I paid for that thing. It was over $2,500. And at the time, I'm thinking, man, that's a lot of money for a quarter scale statue.
Yeah.
But I did it anyway. You guys know me right now, so it's like, yeah, I did it anyway. I had to have it, and I got it in, and I was like, wow, this is really great, because at the time it was only Sideshow, now it's XM Studios. So I'm like, wow, this is getting really interesting. So that's what happened, and time went on, and now instead of $300 or $400, they're $3,000 or $4,000. So then you have to start being really careful about what you're spending your money on.
Yep.
But my taste, I went from a beer taste to champagne taste, and I still have the beer pocketbook, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that's all part of collecting, and that's how I got kind of involved in this.
Yeah. No, it sounds.
My first.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. My first premium format, I remember it was $400. My second one was about $450, and then I remember when they started going up to about $600. I was like, "What the hell is this?" And look at where we are now. And Alan, you brought up a good point too. You said you felt like this was like your hobby, right? You didn't realize that there was such a big community. I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I felt the same way too. I kept on collecting these things, and I realized I want more and more and more. And my house was starting to get a little bit decorated, not exactly just in my office or anything, but it was kind of everywhere. I was like, is this normal? Is there something wrong with me, or are there other people that actually do this too? And then that's around the time I started discovering Facebook groups, and then I started seeing, Batman statue collector, Gem Mint, and everybody. And then Noah and I hooked up. And I was like, oh wow, yeah, there are others that have this disease or this sickness or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool to kind of have that all come together, and and then now here I am, with you guys.
Yeah. So I mean, it can get really expensive really fast. Everybody in here knows that. But JWR, what got you into collecting and fine art? I know you got both. And if you say Chris Michael, I know how you feel, because that same guy got me in the same way.
Yeah, it was. We'll get to the BSC here.
Okay, yeah.
I'm the same. 80s kid, grew up Toys R Us, Kmart toys, buying all the action figures. Got out of it. Then one day I was walking around Hastings, and they had DC Direct action figures. And so I got a couple of those, and it piqued my interest again. So I went to my local comic book store. They had Kotobukiya statues, and then they had Diamond Select. So I started picking those up, and then I discovered Tweeterhead. Or actually, no, I discovered the DC Direct statues, like the Brian Boland Killing Joke, the Alex Ross, Batman one, and then I discovered Tweeterhead. So it was just kind of a gradual little escalation of collecting. And then I found Sideshow, same way everybody else buying one. You see something about Sideshow, you look at it, and you're like, oh, wow, this is crazy. And I thought I was just by myself, kind of like a little, this is my thing. Nobody else probably does this the way I do it. And I was looking for reviews of X-Men Studio Joker. And I found the BSC channel. And I started watching his reviews and started watching that. And then I joined the group. And then I discovered convention prints that were signed. And so I started collecting those. And then I discovered the worst thing ever was original art. Yeah. And so I kind of scaled back on statues and kind of started getting more Sideshow prints but original art from different people. Like I just got 2 in today from Chris Bradbury that I'm very excited about. But I grew up watching Batman. I watched Batman, the old black and white TV show, the 1960s Pow Blam with Adam West, and then the animated series. So I've always been a Batman fan. So collecting Joker and Batman and all the Rogue statues was just kind of like second nature. Like feel like I was born to do this. Is just collect these.
Yeah, and I feel the same way. I was going through, I think I told the story before, but I started collecting some Street Fighter memorabilia and things because I love the game so much. And I love Iron Man more than anything, though. So I went online and I searched for Iron Man statues, and I found a picture of the XM Hulkbuster, and I was like, damn, I want that. And I was like, how much is this? There's no way I'm buying that. Like, I'd never spend that much money on something like that. And I think it was like 2 weeks later I bought it. And I was talking with Todd over through email. I got it in, and then I posted it. I found Spec Fiction on Facebook, and I posted it on there. And Todd comes on there and says, hey, it's me, Todd. I'm the one you've been talking through emails. Hey, awesome. And it never stopped after that. I just kept going, and that's how things escalated. So, well, let me address the chat real quick, because I know everybody's just coming in, and we're getting started and going over why we're collecting and what got us going. You can't have a show unless Mr. Lane Kramer is here. So, Lane, great to see you. Thanks for getting on. We have everybody coming in. You can't have a show also without Mr. Martinez. Good to see you. My man, Don C. Good to see you. And then, yo, Alex. Good to see you, man.
Oh, man.
Jimmy, good to see you. I see you. And Everyday Collector John, how you doing, man? Great to see you. Got a great channel, by the way, if you haven't checked him out. Who else? Man, with so many people are on right now. I'm gonna go through the chat, talking with everybody. My man Atticus, good to see you. And Terry, here's Atticus right there. Terry, great to see everybody coming in. My man Darth Sauron, great to see you. Everybody jumping in. Who am I missing here? Oh, my man Virgin Prime, good to see you, man. Everybody, like I said, just coming in. My man. Everybody's here. Freddie doing double duties. Everybody on. Oh yes, and Luca. All the members are here. Great to see everybody. So, well, we're talking with Carl a little bit, and it looks like Jay is.
I'm excited.
Maybe made it a little. We have an announcement for us, so we can make this evening. So let me bring this up real quick. So, with that being said, let me get rid of this. This is the LBS Spider-Man 1/3, and this will go up for pre-order when, Carl?
It's gonna be this month.
Okay.
Maybe like later in the month, because right now we're just like uploading all this on the website for LBS website, and like so we still have to figure that out. So, but it's going to be officially up for pre-order this month. Expect an official announcement sometime next week or the following week.
Okay. So this is like around the corner. So I think I Yeah, this is amazing. Carl, thanks for sharing that with us. Jay, thank you for sharing that with us this evening to let the public know that this is going to be up for pre-order. So I think I said on several different channels is that save your money because LBS is going to start launching some of these incredible statues. And I know Marcos right now is on cloud nine because he wanted this so terribly bad. So Marcos, there you go. Are you getting this?
So, dude, I saw the chat. I didn't know he posted it when he said it out. I was holding my excitement for like 10 minutes. I felt like, oh my gosh. I was like, I had to turn around. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. So I'm ecstatic. I don't know. I got a government check today for the hurricane we went through for $1,000. So that would be going straight to that too. So.
It's awesome.
Oh my gosh. No, thank you, Jay. Thank you, Carl. I told Jay too when he was on the show, like, just please be, when you get the Marvel stuff back, this be your first one you come out with, and he listened. So way earlier than I expected to. So I'm so happy. I'm cloud nine.
I knew you'd be really happy. You know, Terry, gosh. I don't know if
I was waiting for his reaction when I said it. Did he say that?
Yeah.
I had to turn around, man. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh. So Terry, I don't know if there'll be a 1/4 scale on this LBS.
Can neither confirm nor deny at this moment.
Okay, so we cannot confirm or deny. So I'll let you absorb that, Terry, a little bit, and maybe make your own assessment on that. Yeah. I can't wait for these pieces to start going up for pre-order. I mean, they're just. These pieces here are some of the best Marvel and DC pieces now on the market, right? Because when you look at these characters, especially Spider-Man, how many Spider-Man statues are there? I mean, there's a ton. There is a ton. But this is a great representation of the character, and I just love everything about it. I do recall the day Marcos saw this, and he just kept saying, day one.
My pants got instantly
day
wet.
one. I'm buying this. So yeah, this is going to be a great one, and make sure that you guys set up a pre-order next week. I know Statue Brothers will have this along with our sponsor Spec Fiction, so make sure you check them out, and they will get your pre-order once it goes up. Be ready because it will be good to go for next week. Man, everybody posting on here.
Again, the announcement is next week. The official pre-order will be announced next week.
Yeah, announcement will be next week. Yeah, then also be next week.
Yes, on that. There's issues, so we have to redo some stuff.
There you go.
Mostly redoing the base.
Okay, so there you go, Virgin Prime. They're working on it right now. Jay and Carl work nonstop on this stuff, man. Just so y'all know, I talk to Jay all the time. The guy never sleeps, man. He never sleeps. He's like a machine.
I remember the first time we talked to him, Jimmy. I was like backstage, and he was telling us about the Marvel stuff. And I was like, he's like, we're gonna tweak a lot of them and this and that, and fit our mold more. I'm like, okay, do that, but just do not touch the Spider-Man. Just keep it how it is, man. Just do not touch that one. And I'm just so happy right now.
Yeah, I think there was no major changes for Spider-Man aside from what he was been teasing regarding the eyes for the past couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I just can't wait.
Carl, I don't know what you can answer and what you can say, but I'll put them up here if you can say deny or whatever, but whatever you want to do. So I put that on there. So, question for Carl.
How do I say this without? Okay. There is something there, but wait for the announcement next week.
Okay. Okay.
Because I'm not sure how people will take it regarding the eye stuff. So.
Okay. So, Alex, be patient. Next week you'll probably see a little bit more, and be ready because LBS has a plan that is going to blow people's minds when you see some of these things. So I can't wait to that these pre-orders start to come up for the public. So it'll be amazing. Nice guy. I have a topic for one of your displays, so make sure you stay. I want to speak that just a little bit. But the Master Chef, day one, he said LBS Spider-Man. He's getting that. My man, Virgin Prime.
I was talking to him like a couple of days. I've been slowly hinting something with Nice Guy. Regarding Spider-Man.
Yes. I mean, I still remember seeing Venom like the first time, and just my mind being blown how the portrait kind of interacted, kind of showed him morphing with the symbiote. It was just amazing. I can't wait to see that. I know collectors really want that, and stay tuned because LBS will be on there. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, let me go ahead and share. Oh, there you are. Hey, there you how you doing? Well, good to see you, man.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Sorry for the tardiness.
No, it's okay, man. It's okay. You got a little bit of background noise. I'm not sure what it is, but like a fan. I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, so
How's that?
also, thanks for sharing. Yeah, it's great. Thanks for sharing that information with us, Carl and Jay. I appreciate it. So LB is Spider-Man up for pre-order coming up next week. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Just an awesome piece. So, okay, so this hit the community really hard, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up here real quick. Let me get this here real quick. See if I can. And well, maybe. Oh, here we go. I'm like, well, maybe. Let's see here. Let's see here real quick. Let me bring this up if I can. Oh yeah. All right. So I'll start it off for us. But the Batman Superman Hush went up for pre-order this week, and if you're not aware of it, on the website it already says low stock. I talked to a major retailer today, and they had mentioned that just be aware that this piece is going to go low stock, not just on their website, but through distributors also. So I'll just tell you right now, if you're interested, make sure you make the order. Make the order sooner than later. So let me start off a little bit by talking about this. When I first saw it, I have to admit, I said, okay, well, that's great. Awesome. Now 1/4 collector can get Superman Hush, no problem. And the more I look at this, the more I'm saying to myself, this is probably one of the best 1/4 scale Supermans I've seen. And the bonus portrait is amazing. I really love it. They don't have a smiling portrait for Marcos, but it's still, I still really love I still really love this piece. And it's only $750, looks like. So that can kind of tell you where they're at with this. But you'll see, I did do a PO or let go for this, and you'll see a video of that coming up pretty soon. I did notice on the base, it is a little, it's dumbed down from the original 130. It doesn't have the angel statues, but it does have this, some of these portraits from the original, but also portrait stands, which I can really appreciate. The new sculpted cape is awesome. I think it's really great. This is going to be a hard one to let go. I've seen some collectors posting also online, Prime One, please make this new portrait and new cape for the 1/3 separately. I don't think that's going to happen. Now that could be just me, but I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, I think that this piece is incredible. I think that 1/4 collectors, this is the one they've been waiting for. And anybody that would wanted this piece and didn't want to pay resale for it, this is probably your chance to pick this up. Mr. Kiefer, where's this going? Where are you going to put it at?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not doing comic pieces right now.
Okay.
But I have to say, in fact, I was discussing this piece earlier this evening with another collector.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, the best 1/4 scale version of Superman out there right now. I mean, there's other companies that have it in 1/4 scale as well. I just think this is the best. I love the new cape. I love the portraits. I mean, really everything about it. They just hit this out of the park. And the price point, based on inflation from when the 3rd scale came out, I think the price point at $9.99 is good.
Oh yeah.
For this particular piece, I have no complaints about the price. Yeah, if I were doing a 1/4 scale comic, this would be coming home for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. This piece cannot be denied. It's just so well done. And shout out to Prime One for redoing an epic statue in 1/4 scale. I think it's awesome. Josh, great to see you, man. Thanks for coming in. Okay, Freddie, where are you going to put this at, man? Where's it going?
Alan, do you even do 1/4 scale? Because you're like, you don't do comic pieces. I'm like, I don't think you do 1/4 scale.
Well, actually, Freddie, most of the Berserk line from Prime One is 1/4 scale.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
They're just
it don't feel like a 1/4 scale though. Yeah,
because they're huge.
Yeah, they're closer to 3rd scale in actual size, but they are listed as quarter scale.
I just started getting interest into Berserk statues.
Oh, big mistake, Carl.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
I ordered like
You done
the
now.
Clan on Throne like 2 weeks
no,
ago. So
Carl.
nice.
Don't you dare do it, Carl. That's $10,000
I already did it
drain.
Woo.
Down the drain.
So
Yeah,
come on, Freddie, what do you think, buddy? You gonna get it?
First of all, it's a prime one. Finally. First of all, I'm tired of 1/3 collectors getting all the love. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm happy that they finally are doing 1/4 Superman Hush. This is so good. Even 1/6 collectors who primarily collect 1/6 figures and smaller statues, even them, they've even said, they've either purchased it or they're like, I'm thinking about getting this because this is so good. And that too, I love the fact that the base does not take up a lot of space because that's again 1/3 collector. I have 1/3, so I'm not, what I'm saying, but the ones who collect primarily like Alan, like pieces that like fit that 1/3 statue, like those big stuff. Those bases are like huge, man. Like for most of these pieces, right? And they've taken this down where like you can actually like fit this. It's a space saver, so like you can get multiple. And they teased Batman, which is coming next, and even that base on that Batman is pretty small, so you can basically like get the pair, get a set, and I don't know how far they're gonna go deep into the line, but now you can collect these pieces and it not take up a lot of space. And I love it, and I love the portraits that you're getting. I love now that these statue companies are giving you busts to go with the extra head sculpt. I think that's to me that's like a big thing, and I love that, because I hate just having sculpts just sitting around and just like you got to put it in a drawer or keep it in the box, or like me, I have like sculpts like hidden behind the statue. It's annoying. I want to be able to display the sculpt on a stand. I love everything about this statue. I am not getting it. I actually want this in the future at some point, but I'm not there yet. I'm trying to be wise about like I have a plan in my head, and this is not there yet. But I think this statue is incredible. I even know the amount of people that's talking about this piece. Like it's blowing my mind, and the fact that I thought it was going to take at least a week around to sell. I didn't think it was going to like go down this fast. Like I was like clocking the numbers, and I'm just like, it's going down, man. And I'm just like, yeesh. So people who want it, man, better start hopping on that. Yeah, man. It's good.
Jimmy.
Sorry. So when's the last time have you seen a statue go up for pre-order and get low stock within a day? Like I haven't seen too many statues do that recently. And I know this one's looked at as one of the major, grails of the community. This is one of them. And I think that this piece will sell out for sure. It will. Brian, where are you going to put this at? Where's it going?
I mean, look, I love it. Yeah, I think the last time I saw something sell out so fast was the Poison Ivy sideshow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I'll tell you, I'm kind of surprised that they made 750 of this. I would have expected more. The Harley Quinn Arkham City had an ES of 1,500, I think, on the bonus. But it's reasonably priced. I mean, there's no question that the 1/3 has so much buzz for this. I mean, it's notorious as being the best Superman ever made.
Sure.
The fact that they scaled it down to quarter scales, it's a little bit more affordable for the collector. I love that the base is smaller, that they've kind of removed those pillars. I love the sculpted cape. If I was in the market for a Superman, which I'm not, even though this would be the one, I would totally get this. I mean, I love it. It's one of my favorite Batman storylines. it's the greatest Superman statue ever made, and the fact that it's a quarter scale, and I prefer quarter scale too. I'm kind of struggling with do I get it or do I let this one slide or slip past me, again. I don't know. I'm struggling with it. It's just I have so much other stuff coming in, and because I don't collect Superman, it's kind of like I don't collect Superman, but at the same time, because I don't have a Superman, which kind of seems like you should have a Superman in your collection.
Right.
So I'm struggling with it, but I'm gonna probably end up dragging my feet, and I'm gonna let it go. And then like a year later, I'm gonna say I wish I had gotten it, because it's gonna be sold out and it's gonna be $2,000-$3,000 on the secondhand market.
Yeah.
But I think it's incredible. It's so great. It's I mean, it's already low stock. It's gonna go like that.
Yeah. I was talking to a major distributor this week, and they also reiterated what Prime One said, is that this is going to sell out. So be aware of it, and that if you want it, get it now. Don't wait till later if you really want this piece. Just let collectors know now.
It just seems like an interesting move to not put out 1,500 of these. They know they're going to sell.
Right.
I think they're kicking themselves in the foot now. Like, God damn it! Like we should have done that, because statue sales have just been down. So I'm thinking they're thinking this was a big number for it, but I think they kind of underestimated the hype. But
anybody who's tuned into the community knows the hype around this, though. Especially the 1/3. Maybe it's just because Prime One is so known for 1/3 that taking a chance on the 1/4, or they think it's taking a chance, that they were just a little skeptical on if it was going to sell as much. But now they know.
Right. But I think the ES had something to do with it too, because the whole buzz. But a lot of people didn't start really So there are other collectors who did not start jumping in until when they heard that ES was just like getting low, and it's just like, all right, let me pull the trigger on it now, because I believe had it been like 1,000 something pieces, right? I'm like, I don't know if it'll, like people just be like, oh, I'll just wait.
That's true. So, that's true. FOMO in full effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really think that this could be one of the best Supermans ever created by Prime One. I love the 1/3 one, but this one here is, I just love the resculpt of the cape, and that extra head sculpt is just awesome. We talk a little bit about like, man, they should have made more ES. They should have did more. Well, you're right, Brian. This is like a lot of hype in the community. I think the problem with that is that we're not in those times to where we sell out like 1,000 of them or whatever. And this piece it's definitely the exception. But Prime One, Marcos could be right. Prime One's probably saying right now, man, we should have did like 1,500, or we should have did this. Can they change that? I don't know. I really don't know what they'll do. I guess
they could have like 16 number 50s. You never know. They could do it.
They could.
People would get angry. And people would get angry.
They would.
They don't do
50
it.
with the 50 number 50, and then 50 with the 0 with the cross, and then just keep having different 50s. They could do it.
Well, is there a bonus, and then there's a regular version of this too? I mean, are there two different versions?
I know this is the bonus. I think there is.
Yeah, I think the regular just doesn't include the new Jim Lee head sculpt.
I think that's what it is. But in my opinion, that's the one you want. I mean, I think that makes this quarter scale very unique. And on Prime One's website, it just says bonus version. It doesn't say anything else, and it does say low stock. So let me bring this up here too. Marcos, where are you going to put this at? Where's it going?
Nowhere. I want a 1/3 soups with the
smile.
We all know that. We all know that.
Yeah.
I like it though. Can someone explain to me the Jim Lee portrait? I thought all of them were Jim Lee portraits. I'm confused on that.
Well, they are, but this new one they're showing it's a little more accurate to the art.
Okay, I just didn't know. I honestly was
featured where the other ones kind of have like a little bit of a Jason Fabok look to them. I think a little bit. So yeah.
Okay. So Marcos, you're not picking this one.
Good for 1/4 collectors. I think it's I think a lot of comic 1/4 soups have been pretty bad. So you got the best 1/3 Superman and 1/4. So it's good.
Okay. Yeah, already low stock already at $9.99. Carl, where are you gonna? Oh, I'm sorry, Noah, where are you gonna put this at?
Honestly, man, I am considering this. I really, really
Oh,
like
really?
it. Yeah, my favorite portrait is the one where he's looking down to the right. There's
I
just
love that
something
one.
about that. I really like that one. I mean, I've always wanted a Superman. I was this close to getting the third scale Superman versus Doomsday diorama, but just because of the size, then I kind of changed the direction of my collection a little bit at the time. I ended up passing on that. But this one, a little bit more reasonable size. I could probably fit it somewhere, but I am trying to keep a theme, and this is kind of outside of that. But it is a really impressive piece, and I love it, man. Yeah, I love that top right sculpt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see, man. I know the thing is, though, I don't have a lot of time to decide, but I'm kind of tempted to just throw a deposit down on it and deal with it later because I got a year and a half. So, but because yeah, as some people have said, this would be a really easy resell if you needed to.
Easy.
But yeah, man, I love it. It's very, very tempting.
You'll probably make a profit if you do decide to resell.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and most of the time when I sell my stuff, I just hopefully get my money back, and that's probably what I would do with this too. But
oh, for sure.
This one,
you just know this. You just know this one's going to be inflated. I know it will.
Yeah, and and I think 750. I think that's a safe number. It's kind of an in between. Yeah, it's not 1,500, but it's not like 250 or 500. It's a little bit safer of a number. But at the same time, I think a lot of collectors have been asking for that because a lot of people, they want it to feel like more like a collectible, not something that has 2,000 or 2,500 edition size. So it's kind of I think this is definitely Prime One's way of kind of introducing FOMO again. Like Sideshow and some other companies have been doing with certain releases. So yeah,
you know what, Noah? I think you should do a live pre-order.
Do it.
Yeah, man. Let me mull it over throughout the show because it's cool. Yeah.
Rick was saying he just placed his order for soup, so he's going on a pedestal behind between the back. Dude, that's going to be amazing.
Sweet.
Rick, make sure you post that in Godlike Statues. I would love to see that. So
nice. Congrats.
That's going to be amazing. All right, Carl, where are you going to put this at? Where's it going? Where are you going to?
I don't collect DC, but
okay.
I prefer the 1/4 version of this over like the 1/3. I like the updated portrait, the base, and the flow of the cape compared to like the 1/3.
Yes.
It's just like a better improvement overall compared to like the 1/3. Because I see people like say, "Can we get this in 1/3?" I'm not sure how would that really work with regards to like licensing stuff when you already like released like 1/3 like years ago.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, and I do agree with Noah also is that that portrait of him looking down is amazing, but I really love the extra Jim Lee portrait they added to that. I think it's incredible. I think
I think out of the 4, I like the bonus one more, like the newest portrait.
Yeah, it just looks amazing. It looks really good. This is gonna be a great one. So JWR, where are you gonna put this at? Where's it going?
Not coming to my collection.
Okay. Yeah.
No big blue for me. It's amazing, but I am not a Superman fan or collector. But for everybody that is a Superman fan, this is the perfect 1/4 Superman. And if you're even hesitating about it, you should just go ahead and pull the trigger because the resale value on it will be way better than any other statue that's come out in a long time.
Yeah, easy. So hey, Will, good to see you. Thanks for getting on with us, man. Great to see you, Will. But what do you think about this piece, man? The community is buzzing real, it's all over the place. So what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think they kind of hit the nail on the coffin with this with Prime One. It was a good decision for them to make this piece, especially with the cape. And I agree with you, Jimmy, on the cape. They did a really good job with the flow of the cape, and it looks amazing. And it's a lot more condensed. So for those guys that need more real estate, this will work very well. Right, depending on what you have. I do like actually them taking the angels away also because that takes so much. I mean, if you can see behind me, I got the black and
oh right, yeah.
So he's right behind me. So I won't be picking this up because I only get a 1/3 DC. But besides that, I mean, you could tell, Marcos, you have Fabok, and Fabok's huge, and obviously it's just a very epic piece at 1/3. So the good thing is with that quarter, it's a lot more condensed, and it'll work a lot well for people that don't have as much space to get the 1/3. I'm one of those guys that wish they would do the extra portrait because I really, really do love that bonus portrait for the 1/3.
Sure.
Even though it's for the classic suit, not the black. The peg for the black is different than the classic suit with the cape, right? Because it's the cape and then the head, so it might not work out. So I don't see them doing it. I would love to see them do it. I do have my own custom Jim Lee 1/3 for this black, and is a lot more comic accurate. I'd probably have posted it, but it's not the one I use. I actually like the long hair with the bearded look on this piece. But kudos to those guys that do pick it up, and I agree. If you want a Grail, a 1/4 scale Superman Grail, you need to grab this. Like if you're broke, it doesn't matter. Just put the deposit, hold on to it. And I don't agree with
NRD is not even that bad.
What was that?
The NRD, the non-refundable deposit.
Just put the NRD down and then figure it out later, right? Light some candles if you can't pay your light bill or something, but get the piece, because when I started collecting, I missed out on the 1/3. I would have got the classic caped one, but by the time I started in the industry, in the business or the collecting statues, I missed, and then I was able to get my hands on the black. So I really do love the black. But I wouldn't see how I could display the blue with the OG blue with the cape. He just takes too much room, like that Fabok Batman right there. I got him sideways just to fit all three here on my stand. So it's just the cape's it's too big. But most definitely Jimmy bonus portrait cape, awesome. I like that they got rid of the angels. Gives you a little bit more space. Did it say the height? Did it say how tall it was going to be?
I know they do. Let me see here real quick. Let me bring this up.
This one over here is 40 to 41 inches tall. So just curious.
Well, I'll tell you too, if it's a deal breaker for some people too, shipping's only $125 if you go for economy, which is not bad at all.
That's not bad at all. At all. Compared to what Prime One's been issuing shipping prices lately, that's actually really good deal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm bringing up the Prime One. They usually have a picture with all the measurements with it, and I
think it's usually when you're going to pre-order it, you go scroll all the way down at the bottom, and it'll tell you like box dimension and the height.
I'm looking at it right now. So the product size, the height is 77 centimeters.
Okay, so 77 centimeters. That's going to be
28.
Yeah, who's good at conversion?
28 inches. That sounds right.
That's 30.
30. Yeah,
30.
So,
width is 51, depth is 36.
Okay.
That and I mean, you don't think that's that big, but it's still big. I mean, it's still like a larger size statue.
Well, so my Wonder Woman 52, she's about 28 to 30 inches.
There you go.
This kind of gives you an idea of how big your quarter scale is going to be for that particular piece.
Yeah. This was going to look great. I did see some pictures with the Hush Batman together. I think it looks awesome, man. I think it looks great. I think this is the one to go with if you're looking for a Superman statue and don't have one. I think this is the one that collectors should be looking at very closely. It's really nice. Great piece. Congratulations on the collectors that picked this one up this week. It is low stock, so make sure you check out Prime One's website for $125. Like, how could you go wrong with that shipping price, man? That's like that's unreal. Like, to get something well, with that.
That's cheap.
And the deposit's only $99 too. So if you got $100 just to throw a deposit down,
that's nothing. And for the going rate, this is for most of the panel that don't know, I do mostly customs, and even for the customs, the going rate it's right around there. That's just market. 1,000 to 1,200 for a quarter scale is just what you're going to get nowadays. 4 years ago, you could get that behind me for $99. Not nowadays, right? Because of the market, whatever. So for those of you, I'm just telling you, don't miss out, because I kick myself in the butt for missing out. So just drop that $100, 125 shipping is nothing. And, steal from Peter to give to Paul, man. Do what you got to do.
No, great piece. Like I said, congrats to whoever's getting this. I keep seeing people posting that will they make a 1/3 version of this portrait? Will they make a 1/3 version of this cape? I'm going to say no, they will not do that. Why would they? Because they want people to invest in the new one.
Yep.
So
I agree. I don't think they're going to do that either.
No, and Like I said, congrats to everybody picking this one up. I think it's probably one of the best Superman statues today. I mean, it really is. Let me see here.
Plus, it might gonna be like a fitting issue with like the new head to like the old body that people already have.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be a nightmare to like actually try.
yeah. There is some custom groups that do an incredible job with extra portraits, and they literally will go off of Prime One, they'll go off of XM, they'll go off of different companies, and they'll be like, "Well, hey, we have an extra portrait for the statue you're getting. Check it out," whatever stuff. So, just some amazing ones too that I've actually purchased myself. So, yeah. So, looking forward to seeing this one go for Prime One. Make sure you pre-order now because it may not be there in the next few days. I did want to give a shout out to my man right here. This was posted on Godlike Statues, Mr. Nice Guy this week. Man, he always posts some of his collection, but this one here, I just really love the all the art in back of his Black Spider-Man with the symbiote. I think this is an older piece, but I really love how it's laid out. Awesome, man. I look forward to seeing more of your collection because I know you post quite a bit, and I know you got new module spaces, but this looks awesome. I love how you got it displayed too. It just looks really good. And I did want to point this out too, and he may or may not be in the chat, but let me bring this up here real quick. Right here. Yep, there we go. I was looking for display of the week, and I did see I had posted a video the other day of the statue, and the collector posted his setup in his collection personally. Vision has an amazing collection, so I really love the art direction he went with this, and just how awesome this looks. But those white backgrounds are just amazing. And I just love how he did that. I love how he has his logo there too. So it looks awesome.
Yeah, he's got a great collection.
He does, man. Vision's got an amazing collection. And by the way, these are not module spaces. He told me he built them himself.
Yeah, he built all
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I wish I was that crafty. I'm just not. I'm just not. So yeah, I mean, just an awesome setup by Vision. And yeah, he's got some great pieces. But I mean, seeing Maestro with version B with everything with it, it's really hard to deny that piece. I mean, it really, really is. This is definitely the best Maestro there is. I mean, easily. But it does take up a lot of space. So make sure you got the real estate for that if you're picking that one up. Just a great statue, man. Great piece. Let me bring this up here real quick. Oh, and I didn't get that.
I want a how-to video from Vision on how to make those.
I know, man. Let me stop sharing that here. And let me bring this up here too, because Will sent me this here. And let me bring this up. Now, I think I remember seeing these a while back, Will. These are your extra portraits for Superman.
Yeah.
The paint looks fantastic on these. It looks like they're straight out of Prime One. But man, it looks great. It looks great. All of that Superman in the background, but
yeah,
it looks really good.
Yeah, I was surprised actually on how well it came out. And you're right, the paint they actually matched the paint with the fist pretty darn close. It pegs in pretty well. The only caveat is it came with the extra stand where you could fit an extra head on there, but for some reason my Prime One heads will not fit the peg in there, but theirs will fit on both the statue and their own peg, which is this is very strange, but it just wouldn't fit. So I was just like, I'll just leave the stand out of it and just kind of display it. So I had it displayed for a while with that Jim Lee portrait, and I absolutely love it. And then I just kind of went back with the classic Prime One. So so even though if Prime One doesn't come out with the one they made for the quarter, even though it's fantastic, I at least have this piece if I ever want to do a Jim Lee line with the rest of the characters.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that, Cypher. I think that I only see on the website is the bonus version. I don't see another. So I definitely recommend to anybody, if you're wanting that piece, order it now.
So there was something weird too with the Berserk Guts Casca piece that on the
Mhm.
website Prime One it was only deluxe, but on other websites like retailers there was a
Mhm.
regular edition and a deluxe. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe other retailers might have that. I don't know, but just throwing it out there.
Yeah, you just don't know, right? And
Yeah.
this is I think Will said it best, is that if you're even on the fence about it, just pre-order it. Like that way you're
Oh yeah.
like it makes the most sense to me.
I mean, think about it. If it's $100 NRD, you lose $100 if you get cold feet, whatever. Just
Yeah.
just hold it, right? It's just $100. I mean, maybe that's a lot for a lot of people, but I mean, you got to roll the dice. You know, if you could do it, then do it. If you're on the fence, do it anyways, right? Unless
Sure.
unless you really know, if you really know you don't want it. But I would just secure the position, and if not, well, you lose $100. Big deal.
So what do you guys think about the Batman piece that's coming out? Do you think that will sell out just like the Superman? I don't think so. It will.
I do.
I think there's too many Batman. Like there's not that many Superman.
That's the perfect Batman.
Yeah, well, there is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Throne
That's
is
the
better
perfect
than me.
Batman.
Throne is better than me. I know it's more.
It's not Detective 1000 though.
Yeah.
No.
So I like the Hush Batman more than Detective 1000.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one coming out 1/4 is the last, probably my last Batman that I'll buy.
Oh, really?
Oh.
You don't mean that.
No, I mean, it's going to be paired with this Joker, which is the perfect Joker to me.
Right.
So after that point, I would just rather collect rogues, and unless they come out with a new concept, like DC Comics come out with the new costume design for Batman, then I would get one because I like to collect all the comic book ones. But if they don't, the Hush Batman 1/4 from Prime One will be probably my last Batman I'll buy.
Yeah. But honestly, Marcos,
Batman.
I'm interested in that because I skipped out on the third scale because of the cape leaning issue that
the Michael Jackson
I didn't want to deal with. So if they do the quarter scale with hopefully a PVC cape or something, I'd be tempted to get that one because I love the suit, I love the comic, and
I skipped out on that one. I skipped out on that Hush one because it was either that or Detective 1000, and I was like, I'm going to get one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, Detective 1000 just takes the cake. For me,
there's
that's
two.
The best Batman
There's
statue
issues
ever.
with. My bad. I'm sorry, but there's issues with the Hush, the 1/3, like Noah said, with the leaning, with the big ass cape. So you went with the right choice if you went Detective 1000 because it just the cape, man, it's just so heavy on that Hush. It looked like.
There's a couple things missing from the quarter scale Hush, though, right? They don't have the little stand that lights up.
Computers.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with that because it takes up less room. And then half the computers, I think they lit up and some of them didn't light up or they had issues with them. So I think taking them away and just having the cave pillars in there is a smart idea.
Dude, it is a badass statue. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it was seriously, I was trying to figure out, do I get this one or do I get Detective 1000? For me, Detective 1000 just one. But good luck with putting the bats together because I hear that.
I don't know how that's they're going to switch that. They're 100% going to switch that with this.
Oh yeah,
easily, are they going to fix that?
Yeah, they have to.
Hopefully,
yes.
they have to.
Hopefully, they just put them all together and it's like one peg, one peg, and you're like, oh. But everybody that got it, like Chris, I mean, when he was putting it together, he was like, I don't know how to put these bats together. I mean, he spent like 30 minutes just on the bats.
Yeah. Everybody aged 10 years trying to do that.
Yep.
For that piece, they didn't color coordinate the pegs on the back because 1000 did, I believe.
They did not. I don't think they did. I think it was just kind of like they threw some bats in there, like you figure out where these go.
Good luck.
I haven't seen that one in person. It was the same decision. Actually, I let my wife pick either the Batcave or 1000, and she liked the 1000, so I went with that. And I'm a Fabok fan. And when you get the bats, you see that they're color coded. So Prime One was doing that. I don't know why they don't do it for all their pieces, but they do color. They should be color coordinating all the pegs, so it's easier to put all these complicated pieces together. So, and I think you're right. I think hopefully they get rid of those screens and stuff and make it a little more condensed and simpler to put together to the quarter scale.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, just a great piece, and I think that again, right now, Comic Concept has the bonus edition right here from Terry's posting right now. So if you want to pick it up, use code Godlike.
Well,
get
he's
10
saying
bucks off.
bonus and a collector's edition. That's what he's saying. So there's two
Oh, they
versions.
have both. Yeah.
That's what I'm
okay.
saying. I don't know why Prime One's doing that. It makes zero sense to me. It's happened in the
Yeah.
past two pieces. Like,
I mean, of course, you got to go to bonus, right? You got
Yeah,
to
for
do
sure, yeah.
that.
But
Gotta go to
See, the
bonus.
only thing this thing is missing is the smiling portrait for Marcos.
Yeah, something in this. Yeah.
and then like a 1/3 scale too, you know. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like, dang, I forgot what that. Never mind. Let's go.
Yeah. So yeah, Virgin Prime was talking about yes, regular Superman without the new portrait and the bonus new portrait. I'm not sure what he means, but yeah, I mean, a great piece, man. The community is just really behind that piece right now, and I can't wait to see more. I really can't. I'm waiting to see them do more. This piece was announced. Well, it was announced last week, but this guy here made he took some Photoshop skills together and put this together. Man, how amazing do these look together, though? They look awesome together. I just really love everything Prime One does, but to see all these together, I just thought it makes an epic like Dio. The problem with it is that this is like $5,000 right here, all of them together.
Yes.
So that 1/4 scale Dio with the 3 characters is over $2,000, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
And then the other one is 2,000. So you're looking at like, with shipping and everything else, like close to $5,000. But
Yeah, that one with the 3 pieces is a pain in the butt to put together because I had to put it together for somebody.
you
And,
did.
Yeah, I did. I did a live stream. I took it down because my camera died like 3/4 of the way till it was finished. So it kind of screwed everything up. But I couldn't peg. The Mikasa was fine, but Aaron and the other guy, Armin, they wouldn't peg properly. Nothing would peg. And on the backside of the smoke, you're supposed to plug that in too. It was so tight it wouldn't go in. So I was sweating putting that thing, and it is big. It's about 40 inches tall. It's
Oh,
a
really?
wide-
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it is not small at all. So I do love that they're doing Levy with the large arm and the Titan there. That looks awesome, and they would look great together. And I believe the person that I unboxed the trio is getting the other one.
Wow.
So I'll probably do a live stream on that one.
Nice.
if we do get it in.
So the price tag for the Dio with the 3 characters is $28.99.
It's not including shipping.
Yeah, I mean,
There's 3 boxes, I believe, too. Yeah.
okay, so yeah, this is definitely a very expensive piece. And then of course the the other with it's $2,000. So, but you can't deny them together. They look amazing. Will, you said you saw this in person. You said it was really big. How is it in person? Is it nice?
No, it is. It is. If you're a big anime fan, Attack on Titan fan, yet the price tag is big, but get it. It is so epic. And the only flaws I saw were just the pegging issues. And since it wasn't my piece and I knew how much it cost, I told him, I said, look, bro, I don't want to break this. And we were on camera and I'm like, I really don't want to break this thing trying to peg it in for you. So we'll go as far as we can. And then you do what you do. So he ended up later on able to peg everything, but he told me I'm not going to be able to take it off. I won't be able to box this thing up.
That's brutal.
Yeah. So, but it is. I don't know how to say it's just so stoic. Like you stand there and look at it. If I can find a video, if I still have a video of it, I'll shoot it to you, Jimmy, and you can take a look with me standing next to it because I'm about 5'11", and Mikasa was like way up here over my head. It's just plus the base, the stand he had was kind of a tall stand too, so I don't want to say it's like super tall, but it was about 37 to 40 inches tall. So Levy with that arm sticking up probably be the same thing. It's a big piece, but I did not see many QC issues with the paint at all, and the portraits were on point. The paint was so good on the portrait for the trio. So I'm just super excited for that Levy piece if he does pick it up.
I love how Prime One does their anime portraits. They're so good.
Amazing.
They're really
They just look so like high definition, man. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah.
But
I need to stop looking at this.
So a big reason why you don't see a lot of statues in anime if it's 1/4, it's usually kind of the museum pose. You don't really see dynamic 1/4 because you have issues like that, like the peggings and putting pieces together because they're so intricate. and that's why you usually see those type of pieces in 1/6. So, because you know that smoke probably was heavy, right? Will?
Yeah,
Like
it was pretty. The
yeah,
smoke was actually. I hate smoke and clouds,
yeah.
but they did a great job on the paint on
Oh
that
yeah, for
smoke and
sure.
cloud. They did a really good job. Like I said, it was just the pegging thing.
Yeah, but that's a big issue with 1/4 like big anime statues. It's so hard to do because QC obviously another thing,
and
but
the and you know the
yeah,
bad thing is like these pieces. Just for people that are listening, if you're gonna buy it, don't think about reselling because it's gonna be a nightmare. It's not gonna happen. And with the boxes,
Mhm.
putting it back together and shipping it, you're just gonna lose your money. So just make sure when you do pick up these pieces, it's just a forever investment, and that's it.
Yeah, I can definitely see in this being a staple in someone's collection, right? If you're into anime or Attack on Titans, these two together are undeniable. I think they're just incredible together.
Mhm.
I need to stop looking at it because the more I look at it, the more I want both of them. I really do. But there's just so many. Like Matrix will be next week, right? And I'm getting that, and then Terminator. There's just too many stuff. I mean, I can't afford it all. But I really want this. I really think it's an amazing piece, and I think it's one that any one of Attack on Titans is just going to love. I think it's awesome.
I'll let you gentlemen know if he decides to sell his, but it's gonna be a local pickup. Just know.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
You
Yeah.
know, so.
Oh, I know. My man Sal has these on. He has the new one on pre-order. All right,
Mhm.
Oh wow,
dude.
good
I
luck,
mean,
brother.
oh, okay. So you're thinking about it. I mean, bro,
nice.
if you get that, I mean, please post it in Godlike. I would love to see them together like that. I mean,
Mhm.
oh man, I can't stop looking at this because I want
Yeah,
it. So
you need for a piece like that too. Just this is what the collector that I helped him put together. He's got a 24-inch electric Lazy Susan for that because it's not a piece where you just want to show the front. It's something you got to turn on when you have guests and let it
oh, I
rotate.
see.
You know what I mean? It's not one of those where it's just like, oh, look at the front because there's just so much going on the back of it as well
Yeah,
that you'd want to if you're going to invest, let's say $5,000 for these two pieces, spend the extra 400 and get electric Lazy Susan. Just hook it up that way.
yeah. No, I can definitely see that. So let me ask you, Will, is it worth the price tag of $3,000 for that piece?
I'm kind of
$28.99.
I'm kind of one of those guys where I think paying over 1,500 for something is too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like if something is your passion and you feel the money's worth it, then go for it. Like I mentioned earlier, I think it's worth it. Besides the pegging issue, maybe your copy won't have that issue, and everything will be perfect to what you want. Then yeah, go ahead and invest in it. And like I said, if you're going to keep it forever, because if you're planning on reselling it, then don't spend the money. It's not worth it. But if you're going
Right.
to keep it, then just buy it, keep it, and enjoy it for the time you have with it. So yeah, I mean, in hindsight, yeah, it's worth the price tag, and for what you get. Think about it. There's a lot of pieces that you don't get much for that price tag, and this piece right here, you get a lot, right? Jimmy, you
Yeah.
got that Queen Studios Hulkbuster back there, and that was a very expensive piece for what you get, but you get a little bit more with this, and it's about the same size.
This is that same size?
Yeah, it's just about the same size.
Holy cow, it must be huge.
I mean, we can verify there on Prime One, but I remember standing next to it, and it was just so big.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah,
Wow,
look
I
at
didn't
it.
know it was that big.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was
I
that
think it's
big.
probably
More-
around 34 inches. It's still tall. Let me see.
Wow.
I don't know.
I mean, it could have just been the pedestal. He had a higher pedestal, and I'm thinking it's
Yeah.
about 40 inches. But
So it's 70.
yeah,
It's 72 centimeters. So that's like 32, 34, I think, or something like that.
yeah,
Inches
That
tall.
is big.
Yeah, it's big still. It's
Yeah.
not. I think Hulkbuster is like what 40, 42.
No,
something like that?
Hulkbuster's 37. I've checked that one.
37?
It's 37. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's still big. I mean,
Yeah,
regardless, I
ginormous,
mean,
yeah.
they're both still huge.
Yeah.
But man, I can't wait to see these in collectors' hands. I need to stop looking at it because the more I look at it, the more I want it. I think it's going to be an amazing piece. These two
Oh, yeah.
together,
Oh,
just look
yeah.
incredible. Hey, whoa, relax.
Live pre-order,
Like
Jimmy.
pre-order.
Yeah, like pre-order. Let's go.
Well, I only have like 8 other ones I have to get, so I got to try to prioritize the ones. I'm right now. My focus is the Queen Studios Schwarzenegger bust because I have one. Someone has one for me. I just got to put the deposit down, but it's coming up, man. I need to make sure I get that. So that's a
Carl, are you big into anime or no?
Yeah, but my collection is basically
Yeah.
locked in with X-Men for like licensed stuff. So like,
No, I get it.
I want to buy a lot of like anime statues, but funding is not there.
Rabbit hole. That's a
Yeah.
rabbit hole, Carl.
Right.
Don't do it.
Yep.
I stopped buying anime because it was a rabbit hole. You could just, some of them
Going
are really
forever.
cheap and they're really good, and you just keep, it's like
Yep.
the guys that do like in art or Hot Toys. They just keep going and
Yeah.
going because the price isn't that bad. And next, you know, you got 30 POs. It's like you don't want to
Yeah.
do it.
Because
Set
right now
yourself
I'm
boundaries.
dipping into like video game statues as well,
Mhm.
like Prime One's.
Aloy.
No, the Street Fighter line. I'm basically all in on that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just too many great ones. That's the problem. There's so
Yeah, it
many.
sucks. It sucks.
But my focus right now is Terminator bust, and that's a $5,000 statue. So I mean, it's a bust, I should say, but it's coming home, and I know I'm getting it. I already bought the freaking case for it, so I'm getting it. So I got to figure this out and make sure I get it. But I got one secured. I just got to make sure make a down
I think
payment.
the biggest secret for any collector right now, and if you're starting, is don't make our mistakes of impulse buying, and that's
Yeah.
the biggest problem, right?
Mhm.
So you make sure when you're gonna buy and collect, make sure it's not for resale. It's like forever because
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Terminator bus is awesome, and it's like, oh, now I want to sell it, and it's like that's
Not
a
going to
pain.
happen. Yeah.
Exactly, and it's
Not
a
gonna
pain, right, to do something like that, and it's so large, and it's the
Mhm.
economy sucks. So just make sure you think. I mean, I only have one PO and projects I'm working on personally. I have no other POs for anything else, even though I want to. But I just kind of
Yeah.
focus on my stuff. So, but Jimmy, congratulations, that's a nice piece, man.
Thank you. I mean, we talk about forever pieces. Guess what? Once it goes into that case, it's not coming out. Hey, it'd have to be when I'm done collecting or something, because that'd be the only way. Not only is it huge, it's just an epic piece, and I just really want it. So it's coming home. It's gonna.
Imagine trying to resell that Sauron bust.
Oh my!
Oh,
Forget about it.
It's not gonna happen, man. It's just
Dude,
it's
the
gonna
arm is
happen.
as
Shipping-
big as
shipping-
us, honestly.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Shipping's $1,000.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Hey, you know what? It'd be hard for me to keep that box, but I'm going to figure it out. Those boxes, but I did make a PO this like last week. I didn't post it because we were running short on time, and I do not collect Hot Toys, just so everybody knows. But
I
I
also
do.
started collecting Hot Toys last week.
I have a passion for die-cast Iron Man, and now the more I look at these, the more I want it. So I'm going to make a small display for die-cast only Iron Man Hot Toy collection
Nice.
as you walk in.
Let's go.
So you'll see that as you walk in, and I already have like 5 I wanted, but this is one that I saw it and I just literally stopped what I was doing and said, well, at least it's not die-cast. And I looked at it, and sure enough, it was. And this is really hard to deny. It really is. I saw it, and I pre-ordered it that day. I mean, I just really wanted it. After looking at some of the pics and everything you get with it, you can kind of see like him posing here, but that RDJ portrait, and what I love the most is the battle damage with kind of the arm, coming off here.
Mhm.
I just really love that.
Pretty movie accurate with the armor too, because that whole movie he's struggling, dude. Like with the armor,
Sure.
that was like the big thing about that movie. He couldn't. The armor just kept breaking off on him and everything. So
That's such a good pose.
Yeah.
It is.
I like that base too. That's a nice base.
Yep.
Noah, I love how you say this is such a good pose, right? But think about this. This is an iconic Iron Man pose, but not very many people do it. Like companies do it. And I know why, because people don't want him like leaning down, right? Because they want him to stand up and show like his armor and everything else. But I wish I had a pose like this. And guess what? I can do it now with the Hot Toy if I really wanted to, right?
there's a sideshow piece, I think.
There is a sideshow piece like this.
I don't like it, but yeah.
I don't like it either. That's why I didn't buy it. But this is one that had to come home for that reason. And I don't know everything about statues, but I do know Iron Man, and I know that this is just an epic Hot Toy. I had to have
This is why collecting 1/6 figures are great, and I feel sorry and bad for you statue collectors we're just too lazy and I have no patience to want to sit down and pose it like this.
Can't do it, man.
I'm messing with all y'all. But this is why I can't like stop collecting 1/6, man. It's just to do things like this, and it's amazing. Like look at all of that. Look at all the poses you can do.
Yeah.
That's what I love about just collecting 1/6, man.
What does Hot Toys have on RDJ so they can keep getting his portrait, man?
Right.
Like, dude, I don't know what they have on him. He must have done something bad to them or something. I don't know.
Howard Chen, man, he got that plug.
No, man, he got paid. He got paid.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's all about the likeness, man.
Awesome,
the license.
Yeah, man.
You're right. He did get paid, but Freddie, how incredible is it to have him holding his helmet like that? And I just really love that, man. I really do.
That's a great pose. Do they have a statue with him posing with a helmet in his hand like that? Because I love that.
No statue has a licensed one that has his portrait, right?
Not.
No, I mean it's the helmet in his hand because you're right. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But because I love when I see like these heroes who have like cowls and like helmets when they do the pose to hold it. Just like that's why I like the Infinity Batman, right? The way Bruce Wayne, like he's holding the cowl. I just love those kind of poses, right? It's like you get the dual identity and then you have the mask like in their hand, like stuff like this.
Right.
I like it. It's a shame, man, how you can't get Robert's portrait in anything higher than 1/6.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame.
Yeah. There will be a bus coming home pretty soon from RDJ.
I wish I would have went on that.
I cannot wait for that to come in. So that's coming in pretty soon. We will do a live unboxing for that, along with the Terminator bus, along with the Iron Man Mark III from Queen Studios I got coming. So all that live unboxing here at Godlike Statues. So all that's coming out. Everybody sure is welcome to join that as well. So exciting piece coming in for me. I don't collect Hot Toys, but I do collect Iron Man die-cast Hot Toys only. So we'll see how long that lasts.
You need to talk to Brian, man, and have him build you a 1/6 case for a separate, so you could start putting your 1/6 Iron Man die cast in there.
This is only the beginning.
At least 12 in there.
Only
and
the
so it
beginning,
begins. And so it begins. Like it just never ends, right? 20 grand on this and $5,000 on this and another 5 on Attack on Titans, and then it just never ends. So,
and now with the Maji cases, you can actually take that and you could actually like put that one like on a wall and mount it. Like you just have like one long 1/6 one, and like if you have space on like a wall, you just mount it on there. Like you'd like put like a baseball bat case and just then you have all your that would look great, man. I'm gonna call him up. I'm gonna see if he can do it for you, man. Tell him to give you a quote.
Here's a great question from Emmanuel. So what do you think about the Conan PCS? Did I see it? I did see it, and I saw some recent update pictures of it. I did see Toy Quest 101 do some live video there with Ant. I think that piece is amazing. I think that it still needs a little bit of work in the portrait, not a lot, but it does need some tweaking. You have to think about that. It is Arnold Schwarzenegger in his younger days, so it's going to be a little different, right? I think it does need still some tweaking. You guys have all seen, multiple pictures of that piece. Marcos, what do you think?
I think it's everything besides the portrait and the skin is good. Like the outfit stuff looks really great. Like the mixed media and all that looks really great. Right. I think his portrait, he's young in the movie, but I've seen like pictures on the show. We talked about it. He still doesn't look like that young or like that. Yeah. There's a lack of texture, really. That's really what I feel like with that piece. There's just a lack of texture with the if you look at that John Wick Blitzway that they're doing, that looks so much better than that. Like looks almost like him, So I don't know. I just think it's a great concept. It is missing for me in a lot of areas. The mixed media looks great though, but I don't know. I think.
What about the hair?
The hair.
What do you think about
that's
the
what
hair?
I'm saying. That's what another thing. The hair looks so fake. Like I know it's a statue, but like it looks so fake. There's lack of texture, lack of lines. lack of different hair like colors in it. You know,
The hair looks like a gigantic action figure.
yes,
You
yes, that's huge. I thought about it a little bit. I never thought of it like that, and that makes perfect sense to me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching the video recently, and I said this before on the show. When you see a side profile of it, there's just something that's lacking right there. I mean, when you look at it face on, I think it still looks okay, and it looks good. Oh, I shouldn't say okay. It looks good. It looks really good. It's obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger, but when you see it from the side, the likeness just seems a little bit off. And yeah, the hair has been bothering me the more I look at it. I feel like there just needs to be a little bit more going on there, especially when you're paying that much for something like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. And isn't it true? I'm sorry, but like when you're getting the bigger scales, it should be easier, right? With details and like, right. So that's another thing. It's 1/2 scale. So it should be a lot easier.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I mean, I think I've said this before, but like, let's just say that you really love, you know, Conan, and you really love Lord of the Rings. You love that type of, you know, you're that type of collector, right? You love like Noah, you like swords, you like the Middle Ages, you love those type of collecting. Would you go with, you know, PCS Conan, or would you go with Infinity Studios or Infinity Studios half scale Aragon? Like, what would you go with? Like, I mean, the Aragon is incredible. Like, it's just amazing. But it all depends on what you like, right? That's just my opinion. But it's still a great piece. You know, I think it just needs a little bit of work.
I think it would have been more popular in like third scale or quarter. I think it would have sold really well. But half scale is just so niche. I mean, it took me 4 years to finally pull the trigger on a half scale because it's just such an odd size, you know?
It is. It's so large.
If they had made that Conan in a quarter scale, it would have been a day one pre-order for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially with the war paint. 100%. It's the half scale that just throws me.
Yeah, I mean, here's a good picture of it here. I'm just trying to find one online real quick.
I think I said he looks like his son, the Puerto Rican son, the mistress. He looks like him more than Arnie. So,
well, I mean, this is a little darker. I mean, from this picture, but you can see how the hair needs more detail in the sculpt, I think, and then also the portrait needs to be tweaked some. It does. Carl, what do you think?
I prefer like the face painted one much more than the normal because you can kind of see some like imperfections with this. Because with the war paint one, you can cover it up, and I don't know. I just would like prefer when I first saw it. I think I just like leaned towards the war paint version more compared to like the unpainted one.
Okay. Yeah. So
I agree.
Let me see here. Real quick. Okay, sorry. So yeah, this is a great piece. So still, regardless, if you're picking this one up, I think it's amazing. I think it's going to be one of the greatest Conan statues, but it just needs a little bit of work. I think Ant will deliver at the end. It's hard to deny their work right now. They're doing such a great job. And I think they will deliver at the end.
But I think he's done with the retweaks. He said he already did tweaks to it. He said he's happy with it basically.
Really?
So,
okay.
So I think this is like what you're, or maybe even QC always have some issues. So I think he said he's happy with what this product is right now. So
okay. Yeah. Mr. Kiefer, I know we talked about this before, and even in our chat. What do you think?
I like the retweaks. I like the fact that they made some minor portrait changes. They upgraded the paint. I'm not a big fan of the hair. If that had rooted hair, I would like it a lot more. Also, I feel the sword should be a metal sword and not a plastic sword. And as far as the war paint version, I like that look, but I don't like how it's executed. They etch a little line everywhere they're going to paint it in. It's like fill in the paint by number kind of thing.
Right.
You can actually see where there's an etching mark in the statue where they fill it in with the black, and that just drives me right up the wall. So I would never buy the war paint version just because of that. Yeah, if they did the rooted hair on this one in metal sword, I'd probably be in immediately. There's
Okay.
something about the hair that I don't know. For me, it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
It would
Miguel.
at quarter scale it would work, but not at half scale.
Okay. Yeah, I know Miguel was there, and man, shout out to Miguel, man. He does some incredible work on YouTube, man. He's like just a great YouTuber and a great friend of mine. But he shared this video with me, and you can kind of get some detail here with the bass is incredible on this piece. The mixed media is just amazing. I think everything about this piece is just awesome. I think the one thing that's missing is just some minor tweaks to the face sculpt. And Alan, I think you spoke to this also, is that you would like to see a metal sword, right? I mean, that'd be really nice to have.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that would be real nice. Just an added feature. Yeah, look, congratulations to whoever's getting this. I think in person in your collection is going to be incredible. I think it's
So
gonna be awesome.
Alan, so I have the PCS 1/3 Deadpool, and his swords. They're not like plastic. They're not metal, but they sound like metal. They feel like metal. So I don't know if he's gonna do that with this too, but it's not like plastic, if that makes sense, or polystone. It's like a legit like faux metal. So I don't know if he's doing it with that this piece too as well, but I was just letting you know. So it sounds like metal. Yeah.
They should make some kind of notation on their website regarding this piece. Because I know some companies might be really disappointed if they get it, and it's hard plastic or PVC or some other material other than metal.
Yeah. No, I really want to see this in collectors' hands, and just kind of see what their thoughts are once they get it in hand. And
it's definitely Arnold, no question.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
Wow.
Noah, is this going next
Alan.
to your Witch King?
No, no, I'm going to pass on this one. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's pretty cool, but I think it's a weird mix of mixed media and sculpted. I kind of like if you're going to do mixed media, I think go for rooted hair and even silicone skin if possible. Just go all in my opinion.
I agree.
So yeah, it's just
I didn't realize, Alan. I didn't realize that they did that with the lines, with the war paint, just like Darth Maul. That seems to be a thing that PCS is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, same thing as Darth Maul. There's a little etched line, and so when they paint it, they fill in the paint by number. You stay with the
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. You're right. I mean, with Darth Maul, I feel like you can kind of get away with it a little bit, but on this one.
No.
You're right. It looks a little weird. I'm looking at pictures close up right now. I didn't even see that the first time around.
Yeah, that drove me nuts. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, forget that one.
Wow. Okay.
That's just me. It may not. Other collectors, it may not bother.
Exactly. Sure. We all have our opinions. Art is subjective, so if you have a different feeling, doesn't mean ours is right or wrong. So go with what you like.
It still looks good. It's just a detail.
Sure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I've seen a lot of Conan people say they're really happy about it. So like big fans.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Awesome.
And there hasn't been a lot of the Conan representation in general. So and
yeah,
statues.
cool that it exists. Yeah.
This is probably the best
piece a long time ago.
This is probably the best one that's been put out so far.
Easy. Yeah, easy. So, I mean, JWR, I know you've seen this piece and we talked about it before. Mm-hmm. This is going to probably be the final product. There may be some more tweaking, but it may be very minimal. I don't know if you're familiar with the movie, but what do you think about the likeness on this?
Oh, I was a big fan of the movies.
Okay. All right.
Growing up, I loved them. I thought I wore out the VHS tape on these.
Okay.
I like it. I mean, is it like spot on? No. Are there some things that can be tweaked? Yes. But if this is final product and you're a big Conan fan, it's just a very good one to get. The base is killer. I didn't like the fact that the sword wasn't metal. Mm-hmm. So I agree with Alan on that one. But I mean, it still looks really good. And I think everybody who gets this is going to be really happy with it. And that's all that really matters at the end of the day is if you see a statue that you love and you're happy with it, you should go out and buy it. Absolutely.
I think you'll be happy with it. I think it does come with a hefty price tag. $2,500 but it's a half scale, man. This is a big piece, right? It's going to be It's going to take a lot of real estate up as well. Will, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this piece, but and the series. But I mean, when you look at the likeness, what do you think?
Well, there are a few things I don't really care for the piece, and also this is marketed for guys, I would say my age, maybe 35 and up. I'm in
Sure.
my 40s, so yeah, if you like the old school nostalgia, I mentioned this before about all resin. I know there's mixed media with the clothes, but if you get 85% likeness and the price point is good, then go for it, right? You walk in the room, you see it, it's a 1/2 scale, that's Arnold. But a few things I'd probably change. One, I don't like his stance, where his foot's positioned. He kind of has
Okay.
like the duck feet to the side.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that's a pet peeve for me. I really don't like the way he's standing.
Okay.
His torso and up with the sword, obviously that's very prominent. I just don't like the feet. You go down to the feet and look at it. He's just like, I don't know how he's gonna burst into a battle with his feet
Mhm.
cockeyed like that. But that's just me.
Mm.
I think he should have had probably a little more 5 o'clock shadow with the non-war paint. This piece right here, particularly because in the movie his shadow's a little bit more prominent on his face,
Mhm.
and the distinguish I see that's throwing people off on the portrait. I believe it's his eyes are too close, and so is the gap between his eyebrows and his frown. So if you look at the images from the movie and the statue, you'll see what I'm talking about. They should be spread apart just a little bit more, and just that little detail right there will really help with that portrait look. I do agree with the hair as well. I think there should have been a little bit more sculpting into the hair. It is kind of a little tall and kind of offset, and there's not that many lines into it. And maybe some dry painting on there or something to give it a little bit more contrast would have been better. The base, I do agree. I do like the base. I think it's a good mix there with the base. I don't mind the mixed media too much. I don't care much for it either, but for specific statues, it works. And I agree with Alan on the war paint. They should never had the lines in there because it's like they're hiring 6-year-olds to paint. Hey, stay in the line, stay in the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I haven't seen this piece of. Well, obviously we haven't seen it in person, but
Sure.
close ups, I can't tell based off the micro texturing in the skin. I don't know if it's there or not. Now I've seen some PCS pieces, and I've said this with every company. Every company is going to be a hit or miss. It doesn't matter who you are and how great you are. You're going to get a piece that's a hit and miss, right? So this potentially, if he does the tweaks, and I don't think I've seen all the new tweaks, um, hopefully they did fix that issue and they got a little more texturing, a little more shading in the skin, not so flat, not so glossy. And I
Yeah.
think this piece will be, if he made the tweaks necessary and it doesn't look like this piece that we're seeing on the video, it for sure is a keeper for someone that collects 1/2 scale and loves Arnold and Conan.
Sure.
But all in all, like I said, 85% like this, that's good for a resin piece. No, when you start talking about
Yeah.
silicone, I'm a little more picky about that.
I gotcha. Yeah, no, I totally understand that. I think that once this piece gets in collectors' hands, I know they'll be happy because think about it. There's not another 1/2 scale Conan at this caliber. And if they do, good luck. I don't know. Ant's willing to take chances, and I love that, especially when he goes into the turtle line and things. And we're gonna go over that in a minute, but he doesn't miss in that line.
No, not turtles. No.
Yeah,
He's killing.
in Turtles and Ghostbusters, forget it. No one could even come close to him. He's like doing an
Mhm.
amazing job over there. With
I
that.
agree.
But great piece. Hope that answers your question, Emmanuel. Yeah, I mean, just a great statue, and I really want to see more from PCS. I know they're working on even more. This was shown today online. Let me bring this up here real quick because I know Carl's getting this. So let me bring this up here.
Uh-oh.
It's a game piece, Carl. You're getting it.
Oh, that one.
I was like, I'm not buying this. I don't know what you're talking about, man. This
Seems
was shown
so
today.
huge.
It is at Sideshow now.
This
is
one
the-
third? Or...
No, this is a 1/2 scale.
Half.
by
Oh, shit.
Assassin's
He's
Creed.
fucking
Yeah.
huge.
My cap is 1/3. I don't do larger
Yeah.
than 1/3.
When I first saw this piece, I was very impressed with it. And the more I look at it, it's just awesome. There's something about the way it looks though with the clothing, like it almost has like a doll feel now a little bit to me when seeing it. I don't know if it's just me or not, but it does.
No, I see it too. I see it too.
I this is what I think. I think the clothes are a little bit too baggy, and that could be representation of the game. It could be, but I think it should be, just a little bit tighter on him, and I think it wouldn't have that doll feel. I have seen the portraits on these, and it does look great. I think that any Assassin's Creed fan would really enjoy this piece. And to be fair, we got to see more. And this is a prototype, but I think that it needs some work. JWR, where's it going to go out? Where are you going to put this out?
If I was actually a Haskell collector, I would actually get this one.
Oh, you would? Okay.
I'm a big fan of the games. I've been playing Assassin's Creed since it first came out. I just re-downloaded a couple of my favorite ones, Vikings and Black Flag, to just replay through. So I love it. I think it looks really, really good. The metal details that they put on the belt and everything, it's a really well done statue. But it is half scale, so it's going to take up a bunch of room. Yeah. So I think for bigger Assassin's Creed fans than I am, this would be a no-brainer for them to get.
Yeah, I agree. I think it does need some work, but I think it's still really nice. It's got rooted hair, glass eyes, silicone skin. I think it's just great. I think it just needs a little bit of work. Alan, where are you going to put this at? Where's it going?
Not for me. I am impressed with it.
Okay.
Especially, I saw a photo of the portrait without the hood on. The portrait looked very well done, and I like the fact that all the leather straps that represent leather, it's actually leather. All the little metal items, his blades and the belt and buckles and all of that is actually die cast. It's all metal. So they really went all out with this particular piece. If I was a gamer and I really like this, yeah, I would get this. I think the quality is going to be amazing. But no, this one's not for me. I have enough. I have enough going on right now.
Well, Alan, I know what you're saying because I feel the same way. I have enough going on. Yeah. But I do know Noah's going to get it. So Noah, where's it going to go at? I don't know where you're going to.
Man, no, not the half scale, but I think about the quarter scale version that Pure Arts did pretty often. I really, really love that piece. I saw the whole lineup at Collector Zone about a year ago or so. And I love their whole quarter scale line. I do think it's cool they're going into the half scales like with this and then the Geralt Witcher piece.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I'm one and done with half scale for now.
Yeah.
So, but you got, but the thing is, man, like the materials on this look really, really well made.
Right.
So
no, it does.
I do agree. I think most of the body looks pretty good. I think the hood seems a little bit spread out, a little bit too big. It could be kind of tightened up, I think, and I think that would kind of help a bit. But otherwise, it's cool, man. It's just cool to see them make this.
Yeah, no, I'm glad they're actually doing it. Right, I think it just needs a little bit of work. Brian, I know you're getting two of these. One on the left, saw your TV on the right. So, where's it going? What are you going to do with it?
No, I'm not doing nothing with this, man.
Okay.
Look, I'm in my mid 40s. I tried playing this game once, and look, I'm simple. I need like a movement joystick. I need a jump, a punch, a duck, and a block. And this thing had like 30 different combinations. Like yes. I threw the game right out the window, man. I was like, there's no way. But I understand that it's a huge property, man. You know, I mean, my brothers play these games. I know people that love it. It looks incredible. The mixed media is insane. I mean, you guys have already said it all. I mean, for anybody who's a fan, it's if you, hey man, half scale. I mean, if you can afford it, you love the game that much, you have space, fucking get it, man. But no, it's just not for me.
Yeah. I know Freddie's putting this in the bathroom, but where you're getting two ready, Freddie? One for the bathroom and one for your game man cave. Where's this going at?
Man, I love this. First of all, I had my cousin, close cousin of mine. That's all he played was Assassin's Creed. He
Oh,
knocked
really?
all of them out, and he so I lived vicariously through him. I'd watch him play when we used to game like a lot, and this I can't believe they're doing a half scale. What was this? This goes like what, $3,000? I think.
Yeah.
2.5, $3,000 for this piece. This is amazing. First of all, it's a game piece, and they have rooted hair. I think every half scale and up, half scale, 1-to-1, whether it's a bust, full set, I think they all should have rooted hair. Like
Sure.
if you're doing a half scale, and that's my opinion. If you're doing a half scale and up, it should be rooted hair. I'm sure you could have went sculpted hair because it's a game, and he's just like, well, it's a game piece. I'm like, yo, if I'm getting a half scale, if I'm putting all my money, $3,000 and up into, you better root that thing. And that's how I feel about any stat, even the PCS Conan. I think the PCS Conan looks good. Can it be improved? Yes, but like Miguel said too, right? Like especially with Arnold.
Yeah.
Like he had so many looks, his face changed, his body changed. He was a bodybuilder. I'm like,
All those roids.
he's one of the most difficult posters to get for like different periods of time and body and everything like that too, right? So, but I think, man, I wish that Conan would have been rooted here. Like that would have been amazing. I think that Conan is worth getting, but if it had rooted here, I think lights out, man. I think even if people are just like, oh, the face cut, people would be like, I don't care. That rooted hair, give me that. I think this is great. I'm not going to get this piece, but I appreciate this so much. And it looks so real. I don't know is there the one with the face? 'Cause I had seen that one with the face, but the portrait, the full face and the hair, that's I seen it. I was like, man, if my cousin don't do statues, but if he did, like he'd flip out this piece, and I think it's incredible, But said all that to say, one of the only game pieces I'm doing right now, is the Horizon, the Zero Dawn and Forbidden West. I'm gonna backtrack, get the Horizon, Zero Dawn, and then I'm gonna get the new. I'm getting all of them. Like those are the only game sets I'm doing. Is the Horizon piece.
You doing Aloy, Freddie?
Aloy, yeah. I'm backtracking again. I haven't ordered any of them yet, but I am getting that whole line, and I'm gonna have a whole Maji case just set and lined up. Man, I wish she was rooted, but
that's awesome.
But yeah.
Well, I know Marcus is getting 6 of these, one for each pedestal all around his room. So, Marcus, with all 6 of these, where are they going? Like, show me where
they're going to the garbage can. I'm kidding. No, I'm joking. I looked up the promotional pictures of this, and definitely, like the collar that he looks like a frat boy with how high it's popped right now. It's definitely not that high, and it's everything like the hood and everything's way more tight. Like it's way more, like in there, it's not like as wide. But that's a big issue with the half scales. Like I know people said like if they're not half scale collectors, it kind of looks doll like, and especially you put this much mixed media, it can look a little doll like. But I think the details on it look great if you're a big fan of this property. I'm not. I played that whatever the Civil War one was, and I quit like halfway. I just couldn't get into it. It wasn't fun to me. So. It felt like a worse version of like the Arkham series fighting style. So, but I know it's a big property. People love it. So maybe I just played the wrong one too. Who knows?
You did.
Yeah, I did. There you go.
Yeah.
But no, I think it looks great. Like I said, the collar and the hood and everything on the promotional pictures is a lot better tightened up. It's not as wide and as loose looking. So hopefully people whoever gets this, man, it comes out like as perfect as you want it. So,
yeah, I hope.
I will say this: it's Pure Arts. Also, I mean, I don't know how many of you guys have Pure Arts. I have Pure Arts right back here, and the quality of that Lady D is insane. It's awesome.
I said first off, we talked about their Assassin's Creed line. It's like how PCS is with Turtles. Like that's how they are with Assassin's Creed. They do such good work on Assassin's Creed. And I always say they're like a super underrated company. Like no one really talks about them, but almost every piece they do, I'm like, dude, that looks really good. That looks really good.
They're awesome.
It's just usually stuff I don't collect, so that's the only thing. But yeah,
I just don't think they put out a whole lot of
That's
different
true.
pieces, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know,
They're a little. I think they're a smaller company in general too. Like they're not a huge.
They
You
do have
know.
some
yeah,
good,
they
like,
fly in under the radar a little bit,
Yeah,
but I
they're
mean,
kinda
but the
like-
quality is definitely there.
Yeah.
Yep. They
yeah,
do.
they just put up another Cyberpunk piece for pre-order like
Oh,
yesterday.
dude, that
That
one.
one I'm tempted.
You what?
The Cyberpunk piece.
Yeah, you like that?
You get in the car?
Nipples.
That's Cyberpunk.
I'm still thinking about it. I'm not sure about the face.
She's all
Dude-
woman under that
That's
dress,
nice.
man.
And dude, that Michael Jackson piece they did, Pure Arts, the Smooth Criminal one. I'm so mad. It was on Sideshow sale one day, and I missed it by like an hour probably, and it was sold out, and it was like $300 off. Man, if I would have known at the time, I would have got that piece by now. So, and it's still up for pre-order. I'm just waiting for it to go on sale somewhere else again. But they do good work, man. They really do. So
Shout out to Ross and your daughter watching. Hello and welcome to Godlike Statues and talking about collectibles. I'm glad to have you here. Thank you for being here. Okay, guys, I'm gonna need a little help with this because, man,
You're doing a pre-order?
Ooh.
Right now.
wait, so
Oh.
Jimmy, do you mean?
Oh,
when you
August
mean
15th. You
help-
got time.
Yeah, do you mean help you buy it, like convince you, or like get you away from buying it? What type of help do you
I need help. I need help not to buy this.
Oh, you
because-
definitely
I
need to
need
buy
help.
this.
You're in the wrong group,
Come
man.
on.
Yeah, because not only is this an epic piece coming, and I knew from day one that when I saw this that I wanted it so terribly bad. It matches my movie wall. It's awesome, and I'm gonna buy it, and I don't care. So there you go. All right,
Yes.
All right.
August 15th.
This is amazing.
And this is going to be one that I pre-order, and I'll do it live with us too. So this is a piece that I've been waiting for a long time. I know it's going to happen. They're going to make more, and I'm going to want more. That's the problem.
Yes.
But this is a great start with Neo, right? I don't know why, but man, him and Morpheus together would just be incredible.
Yeah, Trinity.
Yeah, but you need Trinity. You gotta have
Oh,
Trinity.
you need Mr.
Oh,
Smith.
yeah.
That's what you need, Mr. Smith. That's what you need.
Dude, man, don't get me started, man. I mean, you don't know how bad I want.
It's a
What do you guys
hole.
think? What do you guys think the next?
You guys need Morpheus. What are you talking about?
Literally.
Oh, Morpheus is all right. All right, he was overhyped.
Oh,
Dude,
I'm
Morpheus
kidding,
is
I'm
a
kidding.
beast, man. Morpheus is a beast. Yeah,
overhyped.
we can't
Come
wait
on,
for
Marcos.
we can't wait for this line.
So Jimmy, what would you want them to put out next after Neo? Which
Either
one?
Smith or Morpheus, but I know I want Trinity also. But if I had to guess, they're going to do Trinity next, and
Trinity Trinity in that same scene as a companion piece would be
Mhm.
awesome.
Yes.
Yep.
I agree, and they're going to do it. It's not a question. Well, they may do it. No, they're going to do it, and it's just going to make me want more. So I've got to figure this out. Like, where's this going to go? It doesn't go along. I don't have a spot in my movie area for it, but I'm going to make one. We're going to figure it out. So I really want it, and it is coming home. Will, what do you think about this piece, man? August 15th. Where are you going to put it at?
Oh yeah, no. I got other projects in mind right now, so I'm not going to be POing anything. I really, and don't get me wrong, I watch every single Matrix in the theater, well, except Part 4. But
Good for you.
When they originally came out, yeah. And I dragged my wife. We were just dating at the time. I said, no, we're going to go watch this. So I think the pace looks great. Honestly, I just want to see more of it.
Sure.
Based off this image right here, it looks really good, but. Once you start seeing the protos and stuff like that, we all will start nitpicking something, right?
Yep.
So, but I do believe it's going to be one hell of an epic piece on your shelf, especially if you're going to get, especially if they make all the other characters. Now, I don't know, is this 1/3?
It
Yes.
is 1/3. It is.
So it is 1/3. Yeah.
Nice.
So that makes it even more desirable, in my opinion, right?
Mhm.
Because I'm more of a Marvel core collector, a DC 1/3, and my movie pieces that I want to start collecting 1/3 also. It just so happens I started with Marvel at quarter, and there's not too many 1/3s out there, so I just stuck with that line. So if I were to jump into movies, this would be most definitely on my list.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah. No, I cannot wait for this piece. I think it's definitely coming home. Carl, what do you think about the likeness on this? And do you like this piece? And where are you going to put it at?
Unfortunately, I'm not gonna buy it, but I do
Okay.
like the likeness so far. I think it's like maybe like 90% there.
Okay.
Hopefully, they can show us like more. So
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least it's tempting to be honest, but
Yeah.
I really don't do movie pieces right now, so I'm tempted with like the John Wick one that
Oh,
Prime
so
One did.
good.
Those are amazing.
So there's so much temptation, but I actually like this one as well.
Yeah, same. I agree with you. I don't say this often, but this is day one for me. I think I just can't say no. I just can't say no. I cannot. No, I know you're getting 3 of these. Where are they going at?
No, I mean, I think this looks pretty good, but not be anything I'm going for. I do like the Matrix movies, but yeah, it just doesn't really fit the theme of my collection. But I mean, I think Blitzway did a great job on this. Again, all their Blitzway portraits have like a certain kind of look to them, kind of like Carl said, about 90%. But I think it looks amazing, man. Do you guys think if this does well, do you think later on down the road they'll release this in quarter scale? Because I could maybe see that happening, or maybe like a slightly different version or something.
Sure, I
Well,
can.
knowing Prime One,
Definitely.
they'll probably do that. Knowing Prime
Yeah,
One.
yeah.
I'll milk it.
But yeah, looking forward to seeing you unbox this, Jimmy.
Yeah, it'll definitely be an unboxing. We're gonna have some mad unboxings. We'll go over all that at the end here shortly. But Mr. Kiefer, I know you're getting this piece. Where's it gonna go at, and what do you think of the likeness?
Oh, I really like it. Based on this, I'm not 100% sure on the likeness. I need to see more.
Sure.
I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
I love the movies, but as far as movie pieces go, this one really won't fit in with the rest of what I've got going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last movie piece I ordered is the JMD and Quiet Marcos, the JMD Catwoman,
Okay.
and from the Batman franchise, and also the one where she's not in the bat costume, the two of them together.
Yeah. What? Yeah. I mean, you got an epic collection, Alan. I think that this piece here, I don't have a spot, but I've got to find one. Like I've got to create a spot because this made so much.
If it speaks to you, and I think the way you're gushing over this one, I think this is definitely, you ought to just get it and worry about where you're going to put it later.
Oh yeah, I'm going to worry about it later. This is one of the ones I'll worry about it later. I got 2 pieces like that. I'm going to worry about it later. But so Freddie, if you look at the eyes and like kind of like his cheekbones, do you think the likeness is there, or do you think it needs a little bit of work?
I think it needs some work, not a lot. I agree with Carl. He says about like 90%, maybe a little bit less to me. But again, like what Carl said, right? Like I need to see more, like aside from this, definitely. But it looks okay. It looks good. I like what I see so far. I want a Matrix. Like I said, I try. When I do 1/3, it's like a present or like a gift, like a little treat to myself. I try not to, So like I hope, like I'm waiting for the 1/4 because I want like all of Blitzway's 1/4 line, like the Rocky, like the Kane and Wick, and like I want Bruce Lee, which I have ordered the rooted here. Like I'm loving what they're doing with their whole 1/4 line. So I'm waiting for this to come out in 1/4, and I'll definitely be getting it.
Yeah.
One thing I have to say, one last thing in terms of Matrix, right? I hope some company will do it, and I know I always we go back and forth sometimes with the whole custom stuff. So maybe it's out there, maybe somebody will do it, but I haven't heard anybody talk about it. But I love Matrix so much. I would like to see somebody do Neo when he's in the real world with just his suit and he's bald and he has the stuff like that look. I would love to see somebody take a chance and just do that version, because we have him in the Matrix, but let's do the real world. Just get that I know it's like a gritty kind of look, but I think it would be cool. So if somebody would do that, like I definitely Get that.
Freddie, for that, the piece has to come out. And I mean, if I don't know if Pry One would go that route, it's like if you went John Wick style portrait from Matrix 4, right? So it's like, will they include all these portraits? Would be nice. I only know this amount from what Jimmy posted. But yeah, there's a lot of custom pieces could do it. Heck, I can contact some people and see if they can make something like that happen with a quarter scale. Most likely, that'll be something that someone might consider doing. It's not off the table, and you know me, so when it comes to quarter pieces, I'm kind of into it real deep, right? So
Yeah.
but yeah, so I you know, if there's enough demand, there'll be a commissioner out there that'll do it.
And my problem is
And
I want
guarantee
everything.
I guarantee the likeness will be about 95 to 98% when you
That's
have
awesome.
someone custom doing it. Yeah.
Nice.
That's amazing. I mean, my problem is I want everything. So
Yeah.
it's like I try to make rules, but I mean those rules last like a day or so, and then I'm back into where I am. But Marco Spain, what do you think of the likeness on, and especially in the eyes and like the lower cheekbones? What do you think?
I like it. You know,
Okay.
kind of what we said about Conan. It is younger Keanu. You know,
It is.
so it's younger Keanu. I like it. I think it's about 90% from just these pictures. Like, you know, we need to see more, as everybody else said. I just like the whole line of Keanu right now. I love it. Like that John Wick. If it was 1/3, it would have been an instant buy. And Kane, they did both of those in 1/3. I would have bought them, but they're 1/4, so I'm not gonna get them. But they're great pieces. Just the scale, which is not what I would have wanted. But dude, I'm just happy they're doing a big company's doing Keanu Reeves basically the whole line of him. So, what do you guys think is next? Ted from Bill and Ted?
Yeah,
I love that.
Day one PO right there.
Day one PO, baby.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at his face, the one that is straight on, I think it's too wide because if the Major, to me, like his face should be like way more narrow because he was very slim. Like then, like it should be like really like narrow, and that one it looks a little bit too wide. So I think definitely they need to, you know,
I think
but it looks like right there. It looks he's supposed to be a little bit more like the side angle is fine, but the one, yeah, like it's too wide. Like if you see it, he's supposed to be like supposed to be a lot more narrower. Like he has a slim face, right?
Yeah, it seems like his jawline has to be stretched down a little more and then more chiseled. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But what I would say is this too about the outfit is like I don't think this is the outfit people love Neo for. Obviously, they love the scene when he's like stopping bullets, like kind of looks like a black suit ninja. You know, like that's the suit I think people love more than this one. And we all know J&D is going to do this piece. So if you're a J&D fan, maybe wait for that. You don't probably get less switch outs. Obviously, it's going to be more museum and basic pose, but it probably be very. I bet you they do that outfit. So that'd be tough though, because Prime One and for movie pieces, Prime One and PCS, not PCS. J&D kind of do the same pieces, so it's always like a good comparison. Like, what piece should you get? The more expensive with silicone or the, with the, polystone face and.
I think Blitzer will nail the likeness better, and you get the rooted hair for cheaper.
Yeah, see exactly that's what I'm saying. So there we go. But I think this piece is a good piece. The price probably. What do you guys think? 1,800.
That's a good question. I sure hope not. I'm thinking. Well, you know what?
Like 15.
I think 18, man. The deluxe at least.
Oh yeah, maybe the deluxe. Yeah,
it'll be closer to 2,000.
I could definitely see that. So many great pieces from Prime One and Blitzway. I just cannot say no. I just can't. This was coming home. I gotta figure it out. Another great one coming home. We'll definitely do a live unboxing. I do got one more thing on deck here. Let me bring this up real quick because I know I gotta ask my man Freddie here.
Oh.
Shout out to Freddie for doing the live Facebook the other day from New York. Some great pieces he was showing off. We'll definitely have some more insight on that later. Man, Freddie.
Yes.
Day one.
Yes, day one. Man, day one. The minute he says live, click. I like to say this. I was so hyped.
This is gonna be awesome, man. I really love the like just the direction, our direction they're going with this. But Anne did say that they're going to do more Ronin pieces too. Did you catch that, Freddie?
Yes, yes, yes. I still have to get the first one because I need that one. Too many deals like went by, have come and gone, and I was upset. I was just like, I gotta get that first piece. That's the only one I'm gonna want. Is that first piece? I like the bike one. If I get the bike on a good deal, I'll get that one. But like, the OG Turtles, and I'm in for like almost all of them. It's just, I'll take. I'm surprised, man. I did not see this coming. Like when I saw this, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see them colored, full painted. This looks so good. Yeah.
No, this is one piece that I know that when Ant talks about Turtles, he cannot be denied. Like there's no other company that comes close to what he does with TMNT. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with in the future. I'm just super excited to see more stuff from them.
And I'm glad he did the pre-mutated turtles because I mean, no offense, because I had the NECA ones, like the baby mutated turtles. They look a little bit like weird. You know, I love them, but they look weird. So I'm glad he did the pre-mutated ones, like before they started mutating. Actually, like real turtles. You know, with the broken ooze. I think that was cool. So, and it's 1-to-1. Yeah, I'm getting it.
That's what I was
Is it
wondering.
confirmed to be 1:1?
It's a 1-to-1.
Oh,
It's a 1-to-1. Yeah, it's a 1-to-1. Yep.
Oh, awesome.
1-to-1. Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be a piece that I think again that collectors just gravitate towards, especially if you're a total collector, right?
You think they'll do a glow in the dark?
Oh, that was cool.
Oh,
Not the biggest
please.
over the top, but I agree.
Please.
It should glow in the dark.
Man,
You got to do that now. I'm gonna put that in the chat.
Someone message him.
yeah, let's message him right now.
Please.
Right now. This is going to be a great piece for collectors. Alan has a great point. I think that's going to be probably what puts it over the top, right? To have that kind of paint like that. Who wouldn't want that? Like, who wouldn't want that? So we're right at that. We're a little over 2-hour mark. So let me bring this up real quick. It's gonna be kind of weird. Sorry, it's kind of weird seeing a big screen here. Anyways, I did want to say just a few things before we wrap up this evening. I want to keep everybody posted for you know what, Noah, can you show what you just got in for everyone? No, you just got that. Yeah, you just got that that Godlike piece in. Let me bring up Noah real quick on here.
You talking my pre-order?
No, I'm talking about the Godlike piece you just got in. The canvas.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So
Oh, that is
awesome.
nice.
16 by 20.
16 by 20. A lot of people have been asking for what's happening with the merchandise and is this coming? You can see these are the prototypes coming in. We will have all the shirts, all the gear, everything is coming. I promise you. Be a little bit more patient, and we just want to get it perfect for you. But I know that looks amazing.
Yeah,
that looks amazing.
Really good, man. Looks great. Yeah, no, I just gotta find a place to hang it.
Yeah, that looks amazing. Thanks for sharing that with us.
For sure.
So we got more pieces coming. We'll be able to show those pretty soon. To once we get everything set up. Be on the lookout for. We'll have a new video posted next week for PO Let Go, but also we're gonna have some special guests coming on very soon. I don't want to spill the beans yet, but stay tuned. You'll see them. The announcement sooner than later. And live unboxings coming up for Queen Studios Mark 3. Also, RDJ busts silicone. That's coming up very soon too. That's kind of hard to believe. And in January, I'm sorry, let me backtrack one more. The Alan Kiefer Award will be in September for the best display. So make sure we'll post that very soon in Godlike Statues. Also, in January, I'll be in Japan and I will be at the Prime One store. I'm going there and I'm going to document everything. So you'll be able to see all that. Thank you for everybody for joining this evening. Also, for our special guest, Carl, thank you for getting on as well. I really appreciate you, man, very
Thanks
much.
for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, everybody just coming in and just, contributing this evening. Also, our special guest, Will, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you,
We
guys.
appreciate you very much. And let me get this off the screen here real quick. Yeah. Until then, I'll see you next week. And stay godlike. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye, everyone.